All right, let's do it. Boom. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the greatest show. I'm your host, Dusty Smith, and it's good to be back with you guys. I missed you. It's been 10 days, and I got suspended. And you might be wondering, hey, what did you get suspended for, Dusty? And as usual, I have no idea, because that's the way the system works. It's completely fucked up and shitty in every goddamn possible way. So what are you going to do? So basically, I got this email. YouTube removed your content. I did a 3-hour podcast like a year ago called Spike Lee is a 9/11 Truther, Milo infected, school board zombies are back, and latest from Silly Ray Cyrus. And they're like, yeah, you spread violence, dude. And I'm like, what? No, I didn't. And they're like, you totally spread violence. And I'm like, what part of this 3-hour podcast did I encourage anybody to be violent? And they're like, well, we can't tell you that. We can't actually tell you what you did wrong, because then you might be able to correct yourself in the future and not make the same mistake again. So we can't tell you, but just believe us. You did something bad, and now you're banned for 10 days. So I appealed, of course. And they immediately denied my appeal without telling me in any way whatsoever what I did wrong. So I have no idea. I'm guessing I didn't do anything. It's just robots running the whole thing. The fucking robots are out to get me. And I should play the victim. I should play the cancel culture card, because the cancel culture is how you make all the money and to get popular and stuff. You just play the victim constantly and talk about how everybody's out to get you. But like, the truth is, there might be somebody out there who's mass reporting my videos and stuff, but basically the problem is that YouTube doesn't have a lot of real life human beings working there, and they don't actually give a shit. Like, if I was Tim Pool, or if I was Steven Crowder, they don't get harassed by little stuff. Yeah, occasionally, like, Steven Crowder will get banned for something he actually did, like suspended. But for all the shit he doesn't do, or for all the mild stuff, he gets away with because he's protected by YouTube. People that think Google is some kind of left-wing company, it's ridiculous. They're right-wing companies. All the right-wing influencers, they rule all of social media. You can look at all the accounts, look at 9 out of 10 most popular posts on Facebook every day are right-wing. All the most popular channels on YouTube are right-wing. So what you gonna do, right? Left-wing channels just aren't protected in the same way. Left-wing channels just aren't supported in the same way, unfortunately. I wish I could say that we were winning this war, but we're not. We're losing badly. Now, maybe eventually in the long run, truth and goodness and kindness and charity will win out in the end, but it's just not right now, unfortunately. So what you gonna do? It sucks, because I was like 2 weeks without salary and pay, with no recourse. And I even had people like who didn't know that I got banned, people that don't follow me on Twitter or Facebook, where I told everybody I got banned, and they were like leaving comments, Dusty, this is why I don't support your show. Because you are not consistent enough. You only put out 20 hours of content every month instead of 24, okay? You're not doing enough, Dusty. Hey, we go support ContraPoints, who puts out a video every 6 months, or Sean, who puts out a video every 3 months, but you're only making 20 hours a month that we're enjoying, so we can't support you, Dusty. And it's like, fans like you guys are just making me wonder why I'm even fucking doing this. Like, why do you say shit like that? Especially when you don't know what the fuck's going on. It's just frustrating. The whole situation is frustrating, but what the fuck you gonna do? Hey, the good news is we have a long show tonight, have a week's worth of stuff to cover, so we're gonna fucking cover it. See what I've been doing, folks. You know what I did this week? I joined the what was it called, the Tinder. I joined the Tinder this week. I was thinking, hey, maybe I'll date again, and talking about a humbling experience. So here's what I learned joining the Tinder. Okay, first off, like 95% of women in Mississippi are morbidly obese. I'm not talking about just minorly chubby or fat. I'm talking about morbidly obese. It's like we have an epidemic in this state, and it's wild. Secondly is, even morbidly obese women don't like me. It's the craziest, saddest thing. Literally 0 likes. And I had that Tinder thing where it tells you, like, even if you don't like the person back or first, it tells you everybody who likes you. Even the 400-pound, 60-year-old women aren't clicking like on me. So, yeah, hey, why get rejected by just one woman when you get rejected by the entire world at the goddamn same time? It just makes you feel good down to your bones. So, I don't know what you're gonna do. Like, I don't even really care that much because I like being alone. I'm not even sure I want to date or anything. I just want to know that I can attract women if I wanted to, and I can't. So, hey, at least I know. I don't have to wonder anymore. I'm sad. Anyway, what you gonna do? Let's go ahead and start the show. As always, open your hymnals to page 1. Gotta kick it off with a little religious bullshit. Religious bullshit, religious bullshit. No women are clicking like on Tinder for me. It's time for religious bullshit. I'm so sad, yo. It's time for religious bullshit. Yeah, it is. At least we have Christians to make fun of. The gift that keeps on giving. And starting us out tonight is Trump-loving prophet Julie Green. And I'm starting to think these people might not be that emotionally or mentally stable. Let's have a look.
We thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving us our country back.
From who?
We thank you, Father God, in the name of Jesus, for bringing our rightful president back.
Okay, that's not going to happen. He's not the rightful president. He lost, dude.
Father God, protect him. Father God, protect him. But also give him, Father God, let him know that he's not alone. Let him
know, God.
That he hasn't been abandoned by you.
He has a literal cult that suck his balls every day of his life. I'm pretty sure he knows he's not been abandoned.
Or any of us. Let him feel your presence, Father God.
Why does God need you to ask him? It doesn't make any fucking sense. He's all powerful and all knowing. I think he knows what the fuck to do, right? He knows what's up. Why does he need you to beg him for shit? None of it makes any sense. It's almost like you're just virtue signaling, like you're not even pranked him at all. You're just saying what you feel out to the public, so the public knows that you're part of the cult along with them, and they probably will financially support you and kiss your ass too because you're pretending to be all pious and high and mighty and speaking to God on their behalf. It just doesn't make any sense, though.
Let our rightful president take his place back.
Okay, if he's the rightful president, how did he lose? If God's on his side, how does he lose? Like, what kind of pussy-ass God do you worship? I mean, I know my God wouldn't lay down for that shit. Cthulhu, he'd be whooping that monkey ass.
Fully belongs to him.
Doesn't.
We stand here, Father God, and we thank you and praise you.
I don't praise you at all. Not very much.
We thank you, Heavenly Father.
So anyway, so sad. God, please help Donald Trump. He really needs your help, God. Despite what your plan might be, just do what we want you to do instead. And here's another example. It's a right-wing pastor, Terry Copeland Pearsons. And, definitely not weird at all, folks. Let's just get on all fours and like an animal and sit there and speak gibberish. These are the people winning, folks. You literally don't even have to use words. You can just speak nonsense gibberish words and make millions of dollars and get votes and support and win the culture war, because this is what this goddamn earth is.
In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, Father, by intercession with supplication, we pray over the United States of America and over this election. In the name of the Lord Jesus, by faith we take hold of this nation. We push back darkness. We push back darkness.
Push it.
We push back
push
darkness.
It real good.
We push back darkness. Darkness. You can't have our people.
You
can't have our nation. You can't have our election. You can't have our White House. You can't have our Capitol. You can't have our governors. You can't have them. You can't have them.
If we can't have them, how do we get it? Explain that.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Almost like your God is feckless and a loser. Her. And then Christian hate preacher, as if there's any other type. This week it's Tanner Fuhrer. Ooh, that's a Nazi-ass sounding name. Anyway, they still freaking out over Halloween, because it's that time of year, folks. Every single year, same bullshit. Gotta spread that fear. And I bet, and you'll never in a million years know who's to blame for all the evil being caused by Halloween. Guess who it is?
So what the Bible is saying is that those who hate the Lord Jesus Christ, they actually love death. Now,
I hate
how
death.
does that
Wrong. I don't love the Lord Jesus Christ, and I do not like death. Not a fan. Fuck off death. And as someone who's never going to die, I have some very strong feelings about this.
play into Halloween? Well, Halloween is a time in which people are celebrating death.
I mean, sort of. We are celebrating scary things, and death are a part of that, but we're basically just trying to, like, make fun of it and have fun with it in order to not so much exacerbate the horrors of life, you know, and try to make it a little easier to live.
I mean, you say, well, how are they celebrating death? Where does this come from?
Okay, where does it come from? I want to know who's responsible for this.
I don't know, from the Jew Hollywood that
it's
we
the Jews.
have in our country today.
It's the Jews.
You know, the Jews that run Hollywood and push all this filth and debauchery down our throats.
Why are you trying to make Jews look so cool, man? You talking about Jews are responsible for Halloween? Fuck, base Jews. Now I love all the Jews.
Most the day that has the most death associated with it in the Hollywood
The day that has the most death associated with it would be Easter. It's literally about a dude rising from the dead.
world is Halloween. I mean, this is the
Disagree,
day in
dog.
which all these producers, these Jew producers, these
Jews.
Jew executives come up with these movies to
Reverend Kanye has a point. Jews are fucking awesome. They making some badass movies. Thank you, Jews.
push into the community that we live in and the society that we live in. And all
Live in a
these
society.
movies are proponents of death.
Unlike
this is the-
Christianity, it's definitely not a death cult in any way.
The point of the Jews anyways is to just completely destroy the moral fabric of society.
Is that the goal of the Jews, really? I don't think they want to destroy the moral fabric of society. I think they're just like everybody else. They just want to live their lives and be happy. And yeah, like the religious Jews, they believe a lot of stupid fucking bullshit, but it's not based around destroying society at all. It's just about, you know, trying to appease their evil God and not be punished because he's not a very nice person.
to destroy Christianity because they hate Christ. They hate Jesus. They hate
don't.
the King James Bible.
They don't give a shit about any
So-
of that. What the fuck you talking about? But anyway, thank you, Jews, for our awesome movies. And then, speaking of unbelievable whiny piss babies, imagine being this fragile. Imagine being on the right, going out constantly talking about how the left are full of snowflakes, and then you're this guy, always walking around trying to find something to be offended by, something to be upset by. So, Greggy Locke, he went to, I guess, a Books A Million or something during Halloween, and you know they have like a cult section in the Books A Million just to sell their little goofy shit is really what it is. You know, books for witches, which are just like LARPers. They're just nerds, basically. Witch Scout doesn't really exist. It's just stupid bullshit that idiots try to delve into to make themselves feel powerful and believe that they have some kind of power of the universe, which they don't. Which, you know, it can make you feel helpless. You want to believe you have some kind of power over it. So, yeah, nerds get into that shit, right? But it's nothing. It doesn't actually exist. It's like a Star Wars nerd shaking a lightsaber around. But anyway, he is quite triggered, I think is the appropriate word, at the bookstore.
Necklaces,
Oh, no, not necklaces.
chalices,
Chalices?
blessed be.
Oh my
Bunch of
God,
witchcraft
it's
nonsense.
witchcraft nonsense,
I'd like
y'all.
to buy everything in this whole store and burn it all in the parking lot.
You could. You're rich. You're like a millionaire from your con. You could buy the entire store and just burn it all. Do it. Book burning. That's what the good guys do.
Ridiculous. Tons of stuff. Oh, then get this, Lear. Here's a section with Ouija board
Oh
pendants.
no, not
And
Ouija
guess
board
what?
pendants.
For all you people that think I'm full of hocus pocus,
I don't think you're full of hocus pocus. I think you're a con man who just don't have any moral framework or integrity whatsoever and would just say whatever the goddamn hell you can think of to make a buck. If that's what you mean.
and you bunch of individuals. Guess what's right beside the Ouija board section?
What is it? Dream
Dream
catchers?
catchers.
No, my God, not dream catchers.
Are you done wrong with dream catchers? Oh yeah, very much wrong.
What's wrong with dream
They
catchers?
invite demons.
They don't invite demons. They literally don't invite anything. It's just like thread, just yarn wrapped around. It's goofy as shit. But it doesn't invite no demons, dude. I wish it did. That'd be cool. I'd have my whole room just covered in fucking dream catchers, be wearing dream catchers as like shirts and pants and shit, be masturbating with. I'd have dream catchers all over me. Earring. I would just go nuts. But nope, unfortunately, that shit ain't true.
In the witchcraft section, they even believe it. But these naive, lukewarm, skinny jean wearing, limp-wristed Christians.
No, not skinny jean wearing, limp-wristed Christians. Almost like you're homophobic.
Stand up to what needs to be stood up to. Check this out. They have whole sections.
Whole sections.
Where you can buy sage.
Oh, not sage! Tell me not sage, y'all.
It's in the witchcraft section.
Oh my God,
it's
sage,
not in
y'all.
the Christian living section.
That's right.
It's not in the cycling and health magazine section. It's in the witchcraft section.
I mean, yeah, in the Christian section, they have like oils to anoint shit with, which also is some kind of magical spell that doesn't do anything. Just as goofy, but slightly different.
Tarot cards. They even got queer tarot cards.
Oh my God, not queer. They got
sage
it all.
everywhere.
Where's
Burning
this bookstore?
sage does not cleanse the room. Burning sage brings demons.
I mean, no, he's right. It doesn't cleanse the room, but he's wrong. It doesn't bring demons. All burning sage does is make your room smell like burning sage. That's the extent of it.
Check this out. DC. They're targeting our children. DC tarot cards. This crap is everywhere. Witch manuals galore. How to be a witch. How to cast a spell. There are literally 1,000, 1,500 different books. And then all these candles, astrology, horoscopes. It's all right here. And everybody wants to get mad at Pastor Greg Locke and Global Vision because we believe this nonsense needs to be exposed.
No, we don't hate you because you want it to be exposed. We enjoy you exposing it. It's quite hilarious to make fun of you for it, but we do think you're full of shit and a con man and a liar and are freaking people out over no reason. That's what we make fun of you for, Greg Locke. And then speaking of which, he had another burning, totally normal from the Christian right.
So that we can bring about revival to this nation and to the entirety of this world. Lord, thank you for setting us free. Thank you for salvation. Thank you for redemption.
High-class event there.
Thank you for deliverance. Thank you for opening our hearts and our minds and our eyes.
Thank you for letting us just burn garbage out in the middle of the
and
parking
tonight,
lot.
we have no fellowship with the situation online,
Master race
with
there.
the media. But, you know,
What are they burning? Let's see here. Just stuffed out CDs, cloth, plush dolls. I don't know. Look at all that evil that needs to be burned and destroyed. And then it rains, so I guess God is not really on your side very much. You would think if God enjoyed that, he would have kept the rain away, but nah, dog, nah. I think you would take the hint, but nope. And it's raining pretty heavily during your book burning, so yeah, that's a bad sign for you, dude. Don't you guys believe in signs? I mean, you gotta accelerate, I guess, but also...
Hey, is there something going on with the live stream?
Yeah, you're weird, weirdo cult members. Enjoy your burning, fuckos. And then... more Christian hate preachers. This time it's Tanner Fergan, and he wants you guys to know it's actually good to be a homophobic, evil, hateful douchebag.
I mean, think about this. If I stand up and I tell you, you should treat the homosexual with honor and dignity.
Okay, that's a good. That sounds exactly like what Christ, the character you pretend to worship in the Bible, would have said, and seems like a good idea. You should do that.
Does that make you want to hate that person in your heart?
Nope. Doesn't
No,
at
but
all.
if I get up here and I say, every is a pedophile, they're a child molester, they're an abuser, guess what? That instills a little bit of hatred. In fact,
yeah, for you, not for them, but for you, yes, it does a very good job of making me hate you, if that's your goal.
you'll grow to have a perfect hatred for the enemies of God.
I do have a perfect hatred for the mouthpieces of God.
Right? And so even though it doesn't sound good, it doesn't come off the lips like the rest of this world, would have you to do it.
You sound evil,
Doesn't,
definitely.
Fit well with the flesh. It's actually
well with my
benefiting the spirit.
That's right. Being a total fucking evil douchebag is good for your soul, folks. Don't you know it's true? Don't you want to join that all-loving church immediately? And then They are so creepy, folks. Just when you think they can't get any creepier, imagine standing up in front of a room full of people and just admitting how weird and demented you are like this.
I seen a boy last night with a fingernail polish on, and he looked like, oh boy. Oh, I'm like, oh, I want to break his fingers. I seen a boy last night with a fingernail.
I saw a boy last night with fingernail polish. I just wanted to lean him over a stump and tie him down and sodomize him until the love of Christ is inside him. And everybody's like, amen. Yeah, break his fingers. Yeah, oh, amen, preacher. Just God damn it, you people are psycho. Good Lord, it's so horrifying that this gets rewarded. And you know how bad things are getting, folks? Here's the Democrats. This lady actually won the nomination to run as the Democratic candidate for governor in Alabama. This is our side, folks.
We had a surprise visit this morning on our day we're closed from the governor candidate, Yolanda Flowers from Birmingham. How did you like the tour, Miss Yolanda?
I love the tour. Everybody needs to come.
Let's talk about the Creation Museum.
This is a hidden secret, you know? This place is a hidden secret.
Not hidden
or
secret.
We need to let everybody know about this.
When you become governor, I want you to get my book I wrote on the criminal justice system. I got one here somewhere. Could you get me a copy of the kennel, would you?
No.
The kennel, all about our prison system. You know, in the Bible, God never authorized prisons. Read God's law. For certain crimes, you get a beating. For others, you get a fine. And for others, you get executed. So I asked over 1,000.
Let's just start putting people to death. Super good idea there.
And in prison.
Like, didn't you go to jail? So wouldn't they kill you, Kent? Wouldn't you be dead right now? I think you'd be dead, Kent.
I said, if you were found guilty of a crime, doesn't matter what it is, you're guilty, okay? And the judge says, you want 20 lashes or 5 years? Which would you take?
I'd take the 20 lashes.
All but one said, I'll take the 20 lashes. Yeah. I ask atheists all the time, how do you tell right from wrong?
Oh, that's an easy one. Evolution has given our brain the ability to imagine. The ability to imagine is a very good evolutionary survival mechanism. So, like, say you see your friend fall off a cliff, then you don't have to fall off a cliff to know you're going to die. You can use your imagination to extrapolate that information without having to actually go through it. And that information allows you to survive longer. And the ability to imagine also provides us with empathy, the ability to put ourselves in other people's shoes and understand what they're going through, and then want to treat them like we want to be treated, because not only is that the moral right thing to do, but when we treat other people like we want to be treated, they're more likely to treat us in the same way, and that is entirely where my morals come from.
What's your standard? They have no way to measure it.
I just explained it
specifically.
You really don't have to measure because God placed that inside.
No, he did not.
See, they don't believe in God, so they think there's no such thing as wrong.
What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, I do. I believe there's wrong. So stupid.
Anyway, I'm trying to straighten them out.
Okay,
we invited almost all the politicians running for office from both sides.
Oh, they want to be associated with you?
Okay.
So if you didn't come and you didn't get this free publicity, too bad.
Wow,
you were invited.
yeah. That's amazing free publicity. Going to do her a great job. And yeah, when I say our side, I'm using that term very loosely because, goddamn it, these are supposed to be Democrats. There's only two sides, unfortunately. And both of them are bad, but one side's way less bad than the other. So yeah, you're kind of forced to join the lesser of two evils. And this is supposed to be representatives of us. And so we're doomed. Even our own side is fucking ridiculous. God damn it. And at least in this hellscape nightmare we live in, there's Silly Ray Cyrus to keep us all entertained. And looking good, Silly Ray. The wig is really coming together this week. And did you guys know that Jesus was rich? It's true. I mean, yeah, I know he said that rich people can't get into heaven, and that it's easier for camels to go through an eye of a needle than for rich people to get to heaven. He even told his disciples if he wanted to join them in heaven, they had to sell all their stuff. But who are you going to believe? Jesus or Silly Ray?
Now, you can see it play out on the cross. When they took his raiment, he had 3 garments.
Oh, 3.
Only the rich wore 3.
Cite your source.
It got quiet. It always gets quiet because everybody thinks Jesus just rode around on a donkey eating off the ground.
That's what it says, yeah.
He had 5 houses.
All right, cite your source.
Oh, I don't know if I believe that. I don't even care. He had 5 houses.
Like, woo, yeah, I don't have to cite a source. I don't have to prove it. Sure, the Bible says the exact opposite of everything, but I don't care if you believe it. I'm just going to say it anyway. They're like, yay, we love you, Silly Ray. We don't care what the fucking truth is. Thank you, cats, for knocking my lights over.
Why else do you think Joseph could get up in the middle of the night, hire a whole caravan, and go to Egypt?
Because Joseph was rich?
He had the moolah to do it.
Probably. You know, there are religious people. All you psychopaths are rich as fuck. But, of course, these are just stories he's telling his congregation to explain away the fact that he's rich. You know, they have to preach that prosperity gospel, and he has his own private plane. He can't just say, hey, yeah, I know Jesus told us to sell our stuff. We can't be rich and go to heaven, but I'm doing it anyway. Can't say that. So he's got to lie to his congregation, and they don't actually give a shit. They don't read the Bible. They pay him to read it for them, and he doesn't actually tell them what it says, because if he actually told them what it says, they would stop paying him, because it's horrible. And then... what else we got? Oh, yeah, a couple pedophiles this week. As always, a Methodist youth pastor was sentenced to nearly 15 years in prison for sexual assault of the kids. Now his parents suing the church. So it's a sad story. So this girl was 13 years old, and she was already sexually assaulted. So they brought her to this guy's church in order to get her counseling. So, of course, he immediately sexually assaults her, because goddamn it, Christians, why do you keep giving your children to these people? I guarantee you the person that assaulted her to begin with was some kind of religious fundamentalist to begin with. So they take her and they give her right away to another fucking pedophile religious motherfucker. Ryan Scott, 27, was arrested Monday and charged with sexually lewd, lascivious behavior involving a minor over 12 and under the years of 18. It says, the lawsuit alleged that the church and the conference officials negligently hired, trained, and supervised the youth pastor and violated its own policies and procedures. So yeah, basically he was like texting her and saying, you're so sexy, I want to fuck you. He told the girl in question, I think I like younger girls because I feel like more of a man, and I would very much enjoy the opportunity to fuck you. And imagine if 0.00001% of the people in churches that are molesting your kids were doing this at Drag Queen Story Hour. Just more proof they don't actually give a shit what they say. Here's another example. Oh, there was another one. Oh, I missed it. Anyway, moving right along, folks. Speaking of the pedophiles, we have a hero here. Going to finish off this hero. Since I only have one hero tonight, we're just going to go ahead and show it in this section. This lady, Queen, laying down the law, saying exactly like it should be said, and calling out this fucking hypocrisy.
I've never been sexually assaulted at a drag show, but I have been at church. Twice. The men in that church told me it was my fault. This whole scenario should have stopped at the United States of America, where we have free speech, but it didn't. We're here. And it's so ironic that he also served in our military that guarantees us these freedoms, and he is here, moved from another place to come here and tell us that a community that we love, we are related to, we are friends with, they babysit our kids, we work with them, that they're dangerous. That's bull. Mm-hmm. They haven't done anything to anyone. And I am so sick of listening to this weird, fake, pious crap about Christianity being the reason behind we have to protect the kids. Jesus didn't go anywhere and condemn people. He did not ever walk into any place and spew hatred and lies and completely annihilate a group of human beings who just want to exist.
But they don't give a shit. That's what you have to understand. There's no reason to pretend like you believe what they're saying, because they don't actually believe it. They don't care if kids are being molested at Drag Queen Story Hour. They don't actually give a shit about what they're saying. They can't admit the truth. The truth is they just think trans people are weird. You know, it's strange. Our society is evolving. Trans people have always been around, of course. But now we're coming to an era where it's more acceptable, where people are not harming anybody. We have more tolerance for them. And they just can't stand the fact that there are different people in the world. They just want to be shitheads, make their lives terrible. The cruelty is the point. But they can't say that. They can't admit the truth. So they have to pretend like, well, we're not just doing this because we're assholes. We're not doing this because we're evil shitheads. We're doing this because we legitimately believe they're molesting children. But they don't actually believe that. If they cared about the molestation of children, they would be burning the fucking churches down. They don't care. They just are trying to make you believe what they say so that they don't have to admit what the truth is. But we see right the fuck through them. And that's my religious bullshit. Hey, folks, I'm going to read all the super chats at halftime. What? I know there's been more than one super chat. Why is it not showing the fucking super chats? I don't understand. Let me read some of these super chats. Some of them didn't show up. I don't understand it. Dusty says, Ola PNC. Thank you. Appreciate it. James Hodge 899. Yeah, I left Twitter last week after the news of Musk buying it. We're going to cover that in the huge he shall be Elon section. I'm not missing it. And frankly, I believe that all the good people are going to leave Twitter. True story on that one. Thank you. Weird thoughts. I mostly stay on Twitter to see what the local anti-fascists are doing. It's kind of part of my whole job. Hey, it's a good thing I didn't revolve my entire career around talking about what shitheads are saying on a dying social media platform. That would be awkward. The Pub Night. Christians can get away with anti-Semitism rhetoric and not yet checked by the ADL, yet anyone else can, yet they think they're going to be prosecuted. Yeah, the Jews ain't saying much about it. And I love the show, Crash, and I got one more popped up earlier. Sorry if I missed them. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this stupid bullshit, but what you gonna do? It's TDSS 176. I had one from Heavy Cha said, blaze it! I got 5 on Appreciated Heavy Cha. Good to see you tonight. And 25 on Blazing Chronic. Welcome back, Dusty. Here's a great show. I appreciate it. I need it. I need you guys to support the show because I didn't get paid for the last 2 weeks for no fucking reason. Real goddamn depressing. And running a sanctuary is sort of expensive, so if you guys could help me out, I'd very much appreciate it. All right, gonna read all the rest of the super chats at halftime, so get them in early and often and immortalize yourself. And the ones that we're missing, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. Fucking goddamn YouTube. The whole system's fucked. But hey, at least we have a Beyond Parody to cheer us up. Beyond Paradise. First off, on tonight's Beyond Paradise, shamelessness is their superpower, folks. How can they say this with a straight face? It's because they don't give a fuck about what the truth is. The truth doesn't matter. They don't have to tell the truth. They can lie and still get supported.
Democrats are the party of hate speech, or they're the party of violence, and they're the party of election denying.
Oh, yeah, isn't that true, folks? Yeah, we're the party of hate speech and election denying. It's just, good God, every accusation is a confession. They don't believe a word they say. There's no reason to treat them with respect. Just laugh and mock them. And don't give them the benefit of the doubt, because they do not deserve the benefit of the doubt. They do not deserve to be treated like they are arguing in good faith, because they are not. And the good liars are back, folks. And here's an example of the hypocrisy, how their words don't mean anything. It's always a double standard. Hey, abortion is murder. You're a murderer if you abort a baby, unless I like you, and then it doesn't count. All the shit I say doesn't count towards the people I like. That's just the way it works. It only counts towards the people I don't like, my political enemies.
You think abortion is murder?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, because...
So do you think that Herschel Walker is a murderer if he paid for an abortion?
Well, like I said, we've all done bad things. I mean,
murder is
we've all done bad things. Hey, murder is basically the same thing as telling somebody to go fuck themselves, saying God damn it, and murder. Hey, sin is sin. Basically the same thing.
That's one of the worst you could do, right?
Warnock hadn't repented of his sins, but...
totally unrelated to Raphael Warnock. If Herschel Walker paid for an abortion and you think abortion is murder, does that not make him a murderer?
It's according to what you want to call murder. I mean...
You just called it a murder! You're the one saying it's a murder. Suddenly, it just depends on what you want to call a murder. You just said it was. Now it's not all of a sudden.
If you see somebody breaking in your house and you kill them, is that murder?
But that's not what we're talking about. What the fuck are you rambling about, old goddamn idiot?
So if you ask me to run from somebody,
is abortion murder?
Well, if you do that, a premeditated taking of life, I think that is murder. Premeditated taking of innocent life is murder.
So that, by your definition, if the allegations are true, he was a murderer, but that's okay with you because he repented.
Well, what is sin is sin. I mean, some sins are more long-lasting.
You think abortion?
Sin is sin. Who gives a shit? Hey, you can murder somebody, and you don't even have to make any amends to anybody. You don't have to pay any kind of penalty. Just ask the invisible fake God that doesn't actually exist for forgiveness, and it's like it never happened. Nobody can even hold you accountable for it anymore. Damn. What an immoral ideology. How can you get more immoral than that, in my opinion? And then had another Trump rally this week because, why wouldn't they? There's 10 every week. And gotta keep the cult members fed. And, more hypocrisy, folks. Hey, Herschel Walker cannot be held accountable for having 2 different abortions, or at least trying to have 2 different abortions, when he was 50 years old. Because everybody does things when they're young kids, young 50-year-old kids.
Doesn't matter to you if it's true or not.
No, as long as he is had a change of heart. I mean, we all do things when we're young, naive. He's an adult now.
He's an adult now. Unlike when he was 50 years old, he's an adult now. So he can't be held accountable when he was young and stupid 50. Just goddamn it. We're so doomed. Nothing matters to these people. No reason to take them seriously. And speaking of beyond parody, folks, Tina Forte, one of the most unlikable people on the goddamn planet, and how can you make more fun of them than they already make fun of themselves? First, she's bragging by what a warrior she is for standing up against COVID vaccines and guidelines and masks and stuff. She's truly a warrior against it. And then she's going to talk about how she got COVID and it destroyed her voice forever. God damn it.
Not a politician. I'm a mother, grandmother, small business owner. And after COVID, I just had enough. I started ranting in my car, started building momentum and a following, and I just was speaking to people, and I was going to rallies and protests. I stood with business owners during the lockdowns. I spoke up for our children in school with the mandates. I spoke up for our city workers. I backed the blue. I was down in the city with the law and order, the big, beautiful flags I would walk in the streets with. And I just became very vocal. And I'm
hearing your voice. I can tell you've been out there screaming, huh? It's tough giving speeches every day.
Yes, I am. I'm talking every day. I do have COVID damage, so that has a lot to do with it because I did almost die from COVID.
Wow.
And I have esophagus damage. So
I almost died from COVID. I have esophageal damage. Gonna be suffering from the rest of my life. It affected me forever and ever. Never gonna get over it. But hey, I made a name for myself fighting against this fake pandemic. It's just, goddamn it. Oh my God. Can't these people hear themselves? I guess it doesn't matter. And then, folks, how can this be real life? So Donald Trump being sued. They're coming after him like they did with Alex Jones. Gonna seize some of his assets. So this genius is trying to hide some of his money to make sure the courts can't take it from him. So what does he do? He starts a second company and he calls it Trump Organization 2, because of course he did. Imagine being this brazen about it. It's like, I need to start a secondary company to hide some of my assets. What should we call it? Hey, how about Trump Organization 2? That won't raise any red flags. Nobody will notice. So a judge did notice and rules in favor of assigning a monitor to oversee the entire Trump organization to make sure he can't move funds around and hide them from the courts. So backfired, but attorneys with the Attorney General office said Trump registered a new corporate entity called Trump Organization 2, incorporated in Delaware on the same day the lawsuit was announced. September 21st, investigators think it was an attempt to skirt possible future restrictions. So they just do it right in your face, folks. It's a joke to them. Crime is just a fucking joke. Hey, how brazen can I be and still get away with it? They will still worship me no matter how ridiculous I am. They just sit around and he just jerks his little mushroom dick off just thinking about how much he can get away with, how much people will still support him no matter how in your face he fucking is with it. All of them do it, man. It's a sickness. And then, folks, remember how social studies was just made up by the wokesters in order to indoctrinate children? Sure. We all do, right?
But everything about the confines of my classroom was created by progressives 100 years ago. You mentioned.
Okay, first off, progressives 100 years ago are not progressive. They're like, I guess you, right? They were conservatives by today's standards. So this is how far they want to regress our society. Even progressives from 100 years ago are too progressive for them.
You mentioned the rose. You mentioned that approach. The bell ringing. God being removed, of course.
Lunch breaks.
Lunch breaks.
Oh, no, not lunch breaks. The fucking woke's giving the kids lunch, goddammit.
Subject, social studies. The idea we're not going to study civics, history, philosophy, theology. We're going to create psychology and social studies and split it all up as if we can dissect human nature and through a scientific method, which they've invented.
That's right.
You know, everything's been invented, right? Language is invented. That's just culture. All of culture was fucking invented, dude, including religion.
Create more perfectible human beings by controlling how they think and what they think. All
That's
created
religion,
by progressives. So almost every subject and frame. Did you take social studies? I took social studies.
Yeah.
The progressives made it up. It's a made-up conglomerate of subjects.
Everything
meant to silo the way that we think, as opposed to basing all of wisdom in God's wisdom, in His Word, and it all makes sense looking at it through that
all
lens.
makes sense looking at it through the biblical lens. I mean, it doesn't make good sense, but hey, if you're brainwashed enough, anything makes sense, I guess. And Sherry Tenpenny. Remember this nutbag? She was one of the main ones that anti-vaxxers were touting as proof. All the people that got vaccinations are going to be murdered. So here we are, a couple years out from all being vaccinated. Billions of doses worldwide. Nobody really dying from it. We're all completely fine. Much more likely to survive COVID and not get sick or die from it. But hey, who you going to believe? Your own eyes? Or Sherry Tenpenny, who's going to tell us right now she was right. Everybody's dying from the COVID vaccine now.
Can you give me a couple of examples of things that you have said that, all of a sudden the media's like, yeah, you know what? That's right.
Yes, please give me one example of what you've said that the media is now claiming you were correct about.
When I started looking at what was going to be coming out through these shots in the beginning of 2021, and I talked about that what they're trying to do here is a depopulation agenda.
Okay.
This was in early 2021, maybe even at the end of 2020. I said this is a depopulation agenda.
You did say that.
The people who survive it are either going to be customers for life of the pharmaceutical industry, or they are going to move us into the transhumanism movement, connect us up to the Internet of Things, the Internet of Bodies, use it for our carbon footprint, our social credit scores. Everything is going to be tied to what they're doing us and getting people primed to stand in line and get all these boosters. And everybody said, yeah, right, tinfoil hat conspiracy theory.
Literally 0% of that happened. What are you fucking talking about?
Well, here we are. The other thing was that I said that, you know, these shots beginning in 2021, when I wrote the 40 mechanisms of injury, how the COVID shots can make you sick or kill you. And I found 40 different ways, and this was early in 21, of how these shots could make you sick and kill you, particularly the spike proteins. And everybody go, yeah, when are people going to start
dying? You said you're full of shit, and it didn't happen.
Dying. I said in about 6 months, and then we're going to see a tsunami of deaths unlike anything we've
Did we see a tsunami of deaths like anything we've ever seen? That literally it did not happen.
Seen before. Well, here we are.
Yeah. So there you go.
So there you go.
Right there.
So here we are. Yeah, just it didn't happen. So they're just gonna pretend like it happened. Yeah, it happened. Tsunami of deaths. We're all dead now. Just holy fucking shit. So depressing. They live in another reality. It does not matter what actually happens. they will just claim the opposite every fucking time. And Dale Partridge wants you guys to know men need to become manly again. He says men should dress like men and women should dress like women. Culture is clearly trying to blur these lines. Dude, who do you think came up with the idea of how men should dress and women should dress? You're fucking talking about culture. Haven't you ever seen the pictures of how they used to dress all boys in dresses? They're like 1 year old. Dwight D. Eisenhower in his little frilly dress with long hair. Pink used to be the color for boys, and blue used to be the color for girls before our culture reversed that shit. Culture is 100% why men dress the way they do. You don't have any fucking problem with that. Culture is clearly trying to blur the lines, and Christians should exemplify the distinction. Yeah, like Jesus would never be caught wearing a dress. He did? He wore something that looked just like a dress all the time? Ladies wear dresses often, as did Jesus. Keep your hair long and stay healthy. Didn't Jesus have long hair? Men, ditch the gay look. What's wrong with the gay look? Gays, like, in my experience, not that I have a lot of experience with gays, are like butch and burly, a lot of them. Not all of them are like twinks. A lot of them are like just big dudes who like to nail those twinks. You don't know much about gay dudes, do you? Men, ditch the gay look, grow a beard, done. And get strong, and I agree with Hemet Meta. Oh yes, the thing that all gay men hate. Burly dudes with beards, that never turns them on, folks. I have a little bit of experience watching gay porn, and it's almost entirely burly dudes with beards. So, just saying, dude. Might want to check into that, and then on Beyond Parody, folks. I love this headline. Attorney who fought Florida helmet laws. Guess what happened to him? Don't read it. Do not read it. Guess. Yeah, he died in a motorcycle crash while not wearing a helmet. And sadly, he took his friend with him. So, yeah, he was like Smith was a member of ABATE, a brotherhood against totalitarian enactments, and American Bikers aimed towards education, which lobbied against the law for years. He represented clients who ran afoul of Florida's motorcycle requirements in court cases that some say helped overturn Florida's helmet law, so he overturned that bullshit, and yeah, his brains splattered all over the side of the highway along with his friends. So, oh no, out there, folks. I don't suggest you drive motorcycles because very dangerous. But if you do, you might want to wear your fucking helmets, goddammit. Or not. Or you could just belly up, delete yourself like this winter. And then, oh my God, folks, speaking of fucking Beyond Parody, so intellectual dark web founder Brett Weinstein is being targeted by the deep state. It's true. He has the proof, y'all. The deep state is trying to make him afraid for his life. You know why? It's because he's a hero. Because he's out there saying the tough shit that no one will say. You know, like ivermectin is effective prophylactic and keeping you from getting COVID-19. He don't care what the scientific studies say. And the deep state don't like that. So they're sending him threats. Let's listen to this proof.
I had a very odd experience this morning. At the end of reading Steve Kirsch's piece, I'm not sure exactly what happened on my phone, but somehow the next screen that showed up was a browser window.
You sat on it. You sat on your phone and you pushed the buttons and it popped a browser window up, and you probably sat on it and hit the S key, maybe the U key, and it popped up the autofill and typed in the word suicide. Very, very easy to understand if you're honest and have a logical brain. But hey, you probably don't believe what you're saying. You just have to throw this conspiracy theory bullshit out to your right-wing shithead audience in order to make more money because you have no morals or integrity whatsoever.
And in the browser window was a DuckDuckGo search, as far as I know, already completed on the word suicide.
Oh, no.
Which you had not done.
I absolutely did not conduct a search on the word suicide in any time in memory. I'm sure we can come up with explanations
very easily
that would account for this showing up in that way.
Much more logical. It's Occam's razor. The simplest solution, all things being equal, is most likely to be correct, right?
I also know that we have been a sticky wicket for Goliath.
Nobody gives a shit about you, dude. You're nothing except for an LOL cow to be made fun of, all right? You're not a sticky wicket for anybody. The deep state is not scared of the stupid bullshit you put forth, all right? You're just a moron con douche who will say anything to make a fucking buck.
One can imagine that such a thing would, could scare certain people off, or worse. Look, there are obviously hundreds of billions of dollars at stake, and criminal liability, and all sorts of things, the kinds of things that people do terrible stuff over.
Yeah, make money by spreading lies. We'll say anything to make a buck. That does sound familiar.
I felt it was necessary just to make it clear that if that was some kind of a message, then
it wasn't.
This idea is nowhere in my thoughts. The only time...
If something were to happen to you, and the explanation after an investigation is suicide, you are saying here and now that it was not.
Well, maybe it was a technical glitch. If it wasn't a technical glitch, maybe it was just a message designed to scare. If it wasn't that, if it was a warning, I don't scare easily, and
Oh, God. They're so desperate to play the victim, folks. Regardless of how stupid it makes them fucking look, but it doesn't matter their fan base. I'm sure people are like, oh, hey, thank you, hero. They can't intimidate you. Here's another $20 for you. So frustrating. Then, speaking of parodies, living, walking, human, living, breathing parodies. Mike Rowe, the Dirty Jobs douchebag. He's a right-wing shithead. I don't know if you guys know this. And now he's like, why do people think fossil fuels are responsible for global warming? Where did this even start? Why would people think such a thing?
Where is the proof for that? How do we get it into our heads that fossil fuel is the enemy?
All of the scientific goddamn studies they've done, all of them, all of the fucking experts in this goddamn category, every single one of them. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's a lot like saying work is somehow the enemy. It's the enemy.
Who wants to fucking work? You know why they call it work and not fun? Because it's fucking work. Nobody wants to do that shit.
Enemies that have stacked up used to be our friends. And now it's almost as if we're not quite sure who.
Even the fossil fuel industries themselves wrote memos. They did studies that show they were responsible for global warming, and they covered it the fuck up. God, what a shill. But of course, he works for the Koch brothers. So yeah, I know. Sellouts, traitor in every goddamn way. And then apparently Jerkules himself, Kevin Sorbo, has got a side hustle, and you guys are never gonna believe what he's shilling for. Patriot Mobile, folks, because everybody knows your cell phone service has a political ideology. When the cell phone signal hits the towers, it's like, hey, am I gonna make America great again? I don't know. It depends on your cell phone service. So Kevin Sorbo, now is the time to switch phone characters with a non-woke mobile service. That's right. Hey, morons, don't you want to pay for the exact same service that you can get with T-Mobile, except pay more? I mean, sure, you could pay $1,000 a year less if you just sign up directly with T-Mobile, or, hear me out, you could get the exact same service and pay $1,000 more and just give it to these motherfuckers because they claim they're not woke. Doesn't that make sense to you? And also, bonus, Kevin Sorbo gets a cut. So do it, morons. You know you want to. And then, on Beyond Parody. Hey, you guys remember that school that Kanye West started, and then he made all the students and parents sign a non-disclosure agreement where they couldn't say anything what the fuck was going on there, and then he recruited a bunch of sports athletes to represent the school and whatnot, and they closed the school. Definitely, Kanye West School, Donda Academy, has closed. In an email viewed by the Times, the principal of Donda, Jason Engel, said that at the discretion of our founder, Donda Academy will close for the remainder of the 2020 2022-2023 school year effective immediately. So kind of fucks all those kids, but who cares? Kanye has to do the important stuff, like go in public and be anti-Semitic and lose billions of dollars and shit. What you gonna do? He's a hero, y'all. And speaking of Kanye, apparently he had to pay a big settlement to former employees because during meetings and stuff, he was praising Hitlers and Nazis and stuff, because of course he was. Yeah, he paid a settlement to former employee who alleged he praised Hitler and Nazis during meetings, documents show. But like Kanye, I don't believe for one fucking second Kanye even knows anything about Hitler or the Nazis, much less gives a shit about that. The only thing Kanye wants to do is be edgy. I'm so edgy, y'all. And so whatever he has to say to be edgy and controversial is what he fucking does to get attention, because this is always their game plan. This is always their playbook, and it works. It works brilliantly, unfortunately, in this fucking trash world. And all right, that is my Beyond Parody. What you got to say, dirty, sexy pores? One more section coming up, and then we're going to hit the super chats. So make sure to get your super chats in. Yeah, shoes are ugly as fuck. God damn it. Anybody who wears Kanye West shoes, mental problems. I don't want to even disparage mentally ill people, because that's ableist to even compare the two. It's not even that you're mentally ill. It's just you're so fucking stupid on purpose that you deserve to be mocked and ridiculed for it. Patriot cell phones are a cheap scam. Yep, they sure are, but easy way to make money from idiots, as always. Ye fucks around, ye finds out. Yep, he sure did, but he still got $400 million in the bank, so who's really laughing? And next up, folks, let's do some Trash World. Trash World! The Trash World! It's dumpster fire and hell is Trash World! Trash World! Kanye! I fucked that whole thing up. God damn it. That's what a Trash World is. That I fucked this whole goddamn Trash World sign up. Goddamn, I've been gone 2 weeks. Already loser at this show. Can't even talk anymore. Fuck my life. Anyway, first off, on the Trash World, starting to think the Bolsonaro crowd might be a little bit racist. I said the Bolsonaro was from Venezuela a couple weeks ago, but it's like apparently Brazil, I think. Anyway, he lost the election. This is the guy that Trump stumped for. Trump got out the day of the voting and said, everybody go out and vote for Bolsonaro. He's a great guy. He's the best guy in the world. He's super cool. And here's his followers. And this is a little bit scary. First off, is that like some kind of version of the Mickey Mouse song? M-I-C-K-A-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Heil Hitler! I don't know. Totally normal, folks. Why wouldn't Donald Trump, former president of the United States and the leading Republican candidate, shill for this fascist? It just makes sense. That's the world we're living in. And speaking of a trash world, you know who sucks? Nelly. Nelly done sold out. Of course, he sold out a long time ago. I don't expect anything better from Nelly, but apparently he performing at Trump's LIV International Golf Tournament. Sold us out to the Saudi Arabians who were responsible for 9/11. Watch all these boomers pretend like they like Nelly. Am getting so hot, I don't know who Nelly is. We don't like rap, we hate you. We don't like rap at all, but we gon' pretend because you are here selling out. Fuck you, Nelly. I hope it was worth it. And then, on the trash world, imagine if this was Drag Queen Story Hour, folks. Imagine if this was any kind of drag event. Shoe on head would be beside herself. Look what they're doing. Oh my God, they're pedophiling our children. But no, straight folks always doing shit like this in front of kids. Taking their kids to Hooters, taking their kids to football games where half-naked cheerleaders are grinding all over the fucking place. Never have a problem with that. But any kind of even mild risque dressing at a drag queen event. Pedophiles! They're all pedophiles! Almost like you guys don't actually care about this at all. You're just fucking bigots. That's my observation. And speaking of which, apparently a Thai transgender businesswoman bought the Miss America organization, and it's not like she bought it to trans the whole event. Nothing's changed. She apparently is some kind of bigwig over in Thailand. She's actually been on their version of Shark Tank, and she invests in all kinds of business, has done very well for herself, and just bought it as a money-making instrument. So, of course, all the bigots out there are like, we have to immediately boycott it for no other reason than a trans person owns it. They haven't changed anything. They haven't, made all the contestants trans or anything. Nothing whatsoever. Simply the fact that a trans person owns a business is enough to try to destroy it.
Prideful that a woman finally owns the Miss Universe pageant.
It's just pathetic. I mean, these people obviously know that that's not actually a woman. They're so delusional. They've convinced themselves that it is. Okay,
first off, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, this is a woman. I'm a woman right there, okay? Not because I'm delusional, not because I've convinced myself that this is a woman. That's a woman. I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck do you think a woman is? That is a woman. All right, please continue.
And then they send all this praise his way for doing something so courageous. Like, I'm so sick of the BS here. Just admit that it's a man. There's nothing special here. It's actually more concerning that a man who dresses as a woman owns it. And all of the women who enter the contest should be concerned, because it's clearly some, probably pedophile activity going on behind the scenes there.
I wish they'd just stand up and boycott it. Prideful that a woman.
Oh my God. It's just so shameless, folks. You're thinking of church. Once again, that's what you're thinking of. There's no evidence that any pedophilia is taking place at any of these trans events. It's just shameless and naked, transparent transphobia and bigotry. It's all it is. Cruelty is the point. It's all they fucking got, folks. And holy shit, just depressing. And then on the trash world. Speaking of which, apparently this coffee shop had a transgender event. It wasn't even a transgender event. It was a drag queen event. I'm sorry. I don't mean to conflate transgender women with drag queens, because they're not the same thing. It was simply a drag event. And guess what happened?
Surveillance video from the donut hole catches a person in dark clothing and a red hat walking up to the business around 2:30 this morning. Investigators say the person first puts a letter with anti-LGBTQ rhetoric on the door of a neighboring business, then uses a bat to smash through the glass door. Once it's broken, you can see the person light a Molotov cocktail, throw it inside, and take off.
It's got, chemical of some kind in it that is meant to spread fire quickly and cause a great potential of damage.
Tulsa firefighters say the homemade explosive did not spread and only caused minor damage inside.
Can't even Molotov cocktail a place right, but obviously this guy gonna pretend like, hey, I didn't do this because I'm an evil sack of shit that just hates trans people for no reason. I did it because I legitimately believe they're pedophiling children. But they don't believe this, folks. They don't believe that. They are just saying that because otherwise they'd have to admit the truth, that they are simply evil sacks of shit who thinks trans people or drag queens are weird. And they want to harm them simply for that reason. That's all there is to it. Do not let them allow you to give them the benefit of the doubt. There's no reason to give the benefit of the doubt at all. And this was supposed to go in the what the fuck section. I'll put it in the trash world section. Oh, whatever. So you guys know what I guess this, what is this?
Yo, what's up?
Omegle is. Omegle is like a chat program with video, and it just randomly connects you to somebody else, and you can have conversations. And I've seen videos like this all over the place, but this is what this world is like. If you're a black person who goes on Omegle, this is how you get treated instantly by the trash denizens of our world.
Yo, what's up? How are How are you?
I'm good, nigger.
All right. I'm glad I recorded that. Okay. Yo, what's up?
What up, nigger?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
Shut up, nigger.
Okay. Hey, what's up? How are you?
Hi, what's up?
What was that? Is everything okay?
I just nigger.
Glad I recorded that. Okay. Yo, what's up?
Sup, niggers?
What? Whoa. Hey, what's up?
Nope, immediately now.
Just goddamn it, it's the world we live in, folks. It's just, they just want to say that word so bad. They just want to look down upon people so bad for no fucking reason. It's not funny, it's just depressing. I just don't understand what's wrong with the society we live in, and I want to apologize, but it's not my fault. I didn't do this. Just fucking depressing. And speaking of depressing, folks, remember on the last show I played for you the clip of Joe Rogan lying his ass off, claiming that he has a friend who is a school teacher, and she told him that she works at a school that has litter boxes in the bathroom for the furries. This is just a transphobic lie that is spread to put down trans people, to belittle what trans people go through and try to compare them to furries, and a trans woman is the same as somebody believing they're a cat, right? So you shouldn't take them seriously. You should belittle them. They should be mocked because this is all just nuts. And it's gotten so nuts that the left is letting litter boxes be in the bathroom now. Of course, it's completely fucking made up. He lied. So I'm going to play the clip that I played last week and show you what he said. And then I'll play the clip that show you what he now says and see if you can figure out and point out the differences for yourself.
There's kids, ready for this? My friend, his wife, is a school teacher. And she works at a school that had to install a litter box in the girls' room.
Really?
Because there is a girl who's a furry who identifies as an animal. And her mother badgered the school until they agreed to put a litter box in one of the stalls.
That's right. I'm not just spreading bullshit. I actually know this woman. She is a teacher, and she specifically told me that in her school, they force them to put litter boxes in the bathrooms. It's true, folks. And now here's what he says about it.
Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day. Right. Why is that? Is it simple? It wouldn't be this big of a book if it was simple.
Yeah, it's not that simple. But, well, first of all, my argument is that it's not irrational to believe conspiracy theories.
The term conspiracy theory got thrown about. There was the first introduction of it into the zeitgeist was during the Kennedy assassination, correct?
Yeah, well, around that, Richard Hofstadter, we think they want to do, and we're against that. They acted alone. I'm not asking people to, but then, and it worries me because
aware of all of it. Yeah, damage to one bullet.
Right, that's right.
Shot into water.
It is.
Because
so
there's no evidence of bullets hitting a very specific. And you look at the people that
Nation Princess
Jodie Foster, he was a very fantastic, got out, involved with where they were.
It doesn't seem right.
My problem with all conspiracy theory.
Tag and action. That's a big a conspiracy theory is real when it's not.
I thought this was the clip.
And so this is.
I thought this is the goddamn clip I was looking for. Fuck. Is it this one?
Right, or the kitty litter boxes in schools from last week. You know, that got spread around as a meme because it kind of fit the conservative view of, you know, liberals and their confusion about gender and sex and.
But the kitty litter boxes is a weird one.
It is weird. It's like it's more like an urban legend.
I fed into that, and I should probably clarify that a little bit. I have a friend, and my friend's wife is a school teacher, and she told him that there was discussions in the school that a mother wanted to put a litter box.
That's not what you said.
One of the
you
bathrooms.
Said, that's not what you said.
And he told me this, and I talked about it on here. And then people were saying that's not true. It's an internet rumor. So I contacted him again, and I said, "Tell me exactly what she said, and contact her and find out." She no longer works for that school. She works for another school. She contacted the other school. She didn't get a response. I don't think they actually did it. I think there was discussions about doing it because there was one particularly wacky mother. But it doesn't seem that there's any proof that they put the litter box in there. He's still lying about it.
I don't have any proof. It didn't happen, but they maybe were going to do it. It literally didn't happen, dude. First you lied about it, and now you're just trying to hand wave your lie away and then lie again.
The reason why I was interested in it and willing to entertain it was there was about...
Because you're a transphobe. You're a dyed-in-the-wool transphobe who's already put so much of your... I would say integrity, but you don't have any fucking integrity. It's sunk cost fallacy. You've already put so much of your energy into shitting on trans people, into spreading these right-wing narratives, specifically try to make trans people look foolish, that you don't give a shit if what you say is true or not. You don't give a shit if you spread misinformation. You're willing to do anything to harm the trans community because you got pushback. And your ego won't allow you to admit you got pushback because you're wrong. So you have to be like, no, they're the ones that are wrong. They're the ones that are evil. So it doesn't matter if I lie. It doesn't matter if I make shit up. It doesn't matter if I put this narrative out there without any evidence whatsoever. Because, hey, it could be true. Who knows?
10 years or so ago, we went to, there was a UFC in Pittsburgh. And when we went there, as we landed, where we're driving from the airport to the hotel, we see all these people with mascot outfits on. We're like, what is going on?
Yeah, those are furries, dude.
And we talked to this guy, and he said, there's a furry convention in town.
Oh, right.
And I said, wow, this is crazy. So they all decided to get together. So they were at bars and on the streets, and it was like a get-together. They used to do it in San Diego, but at the time, San Diego was a little bit more conservative, and they were having a hard time doing it.
Anyway, basically, hey, furries exist, so I thought it was okay for me to lie and throw trans people under the bus for no fucking reason. Just goddamn, what a trash human. But hey, #1 podcast in the world, worth hundreds of millions of dollars, because it is truly a trash world. Let's see what you guys have to say, dirty, sexy pores. Did he just sued furrying? I don't know what that means. Fairy love, yep. Yiff in hell, although I think that's problematic to say that. Literally just making shit up, of course, but hey, it's fine that he made shit up because he saw furries one time, so it's okay to spread lies about trans people. Why not? Why not? Yep, definitely a disgusting douchebag, Joe Rogan. And, all right. One more section for halftime. Get your super chats in. It's time for some what the fuck. What the fuck? WTF exclamation, WTF question mark. And starting us off on what the fuck, you know who I'm disappointed in? This sexy motherfucker who is the star of the show Arrow. Apparently he a giant fucking douchebag. Actor Stephen Amell is a lot of things to a lot of different people. For some, he's the hunky Green Arrow in the DC Comics Arrowverse. That's a really boring show. I don't know why anybody watches that. All the superheroes that shoot arrows, that is the dumbest fucking superpower, okay? Holy God. Why does anybody, like, the whole, what that fuck that guy's name is? The Jeremy Renner show where he was shooting the fucking arrow. That whole show about it was so boring. Good. Anyway, for others, myself included, isn't he the guy who got escorted off an airplane for being a drunk asshole and yelling at his wife? Yes, he is. And accused his neighbor of taking a shit on his roof in retaliation in a dispute over a construction noise guy? Yes, he is. For others still, he's known for having coined the term overly sexualized velociraptor. And now, according to page 6, Stephen can add that guy who took an animal rescue group to court and yelled at the judge when they ruled against him. Yeah, this fucking piece of shit, apparently there's a rescue lived next to him, and he went to court to try to get it shut down. I take that goddamn personal. That's what fucking happened to me, folks. You know, I run my little rescue here, and I have some dogs out. Got a big fenced-in yard, you know. I literally went to the what do they call it? The shelter. And we have a kill shelter here. I don't know if they still do it or not, but there was a kill shelter. And they were putting down dogs left and fucking right. So we went there and we're like, hey, who's been here the longest? Who are you about to put down? And we took several of them. And I try to give them forever homes, you know, because I didn't want them to fucking die, right? And somebody, I don't know which one it is, but one of my neighbors called the fucking cops. So the whole goddamn, wasn't the whole police force, but 4 cops showed up on my door. 4 of them. Big burly cops knocking on my door. They had that little lasso thing you put on the dog's necks to wrangle them in and shit, and open the door, and they handed me this shit of paper and they're like, read this. And it was like ordinance for the town. It was like, you can't have more than 3 dogs. I'm like, you have too many dogs, we gonna take them. And folks, I'm gonna tell you what I did. I know this is going to sound like I'm bragging, but I swear to God, this is what happened. I puffed out my chest. I walked right up to the biggest cop that was there. I looked him dead in his fucking eye, and I cried. I cried my eyes out, and I was like, you gonna take my kids from me? I rescued all these dogs, man. Every one of them, they was gonna kill them. You really gonna take my kids? I take care of them like they're my children, man. You really gonna come here and do this to me? I wept like a fucking baby right there in front of the 4 cops, and they left. They fucking left. They didn't take a single goddamn dog. In fact, one of the cops gave me his number, and he said, hey, if you ever have any problems, be sure to call us. We'll take care of it for you. So, hey, sometimes crying like a little bitch works out. Anyway, this guy's a douchebag. Fuck him. That's the long and skinny of this story. The judge shot him down, and the rescue is still in place. So, good. Good. Yeah, do what you gotta do. I ain't got no fucking shame. I don't give a fuck. And also, we had like cameras all over the place. They were like, did those cameras work? And we were like, yeah, those cameras work. You on candid camera, motherfucker. You about to come steal my dogs while I'm crying and shit? That's not gonna make your police force look very good. So I think that's probably why they ran off. But anyway, was a great strategy. Sometimes you gotta do it. And then, speaking of what the fuck, the crazy part about this is they posted this like it's a bad thing. Teens then, I joined the war when I was 13 to fight for my country. Teens now, you use the wrong gender pronoun. Isn't this a good thing? Why are they posting this like it's bad? Hey, you know, if we were still in a time zone where 13-year-olds had to go fight in wars, that was bad. And the fact that now teens can feel comfortable enough where they don't have to take shit. They can be who they want to be. They can live their truth without feeling like they have to commit suicide. That's good. It's so crazy that they're posting this shit like this modernization of our society is bad, when it's obvious a huge evolution and improvement. Wacky conservatives. And then bad life decisions happen like it does every single Halloween, this time in a Utah Walmart.
You guys are not going to get into a college. You guys are not going to get any scholarships because this is a hate crime.
We all dropped out of high school. It's okay.
I still don't think it's appropriate for you guys to be doing this. It's really it's really not funny.
Yeah, it's all fun and games that you guys try to get jobs. Definitely gonna haunt you. Bad life decisions. And speaking of which, this guy decided to dress like a Nazi, Hitler even, and walk into a Jewish bar in New York City.
With you? No. I didn't even car. Get out of here, you motherfucker. No, get talked to you, man. Don't get fucked up.
And he's fired. Yep, got fired immediately. This brainiac apparently worked. Oh, this is a different guy. Holy shit, there was 2 of them? I thought it was the same guy. Apparently it was a different guy who dressed like Hitler and went out and yeah, he got fired from his job. He worked at a children's museum, folks. Imagine working at a children's museum and being like, I'm gonna go as Hitler for Halloween. What's the worst that could happen? You could get fired, dude, and be a laughingstock of the entire world, which you now are. And then I read about this story, folks. Apparently cops dress their horses up like ghosts. And I'm thinking, that just sounds like good, clean fun. How could anybody in the goddamn universe have a problem with this? Oh, okay. Yeah, you cleansed your horses, dude. You cleansed your horses. That was the problem. So I see it now. Not a good idea, cops. Not a good idea. All right, and then on the what the fuck. This one was sickening. So you guys know Nicholas Cruz, the school shooter who murdered 17 fucking people. Well, apparently, one of the worst people who ever lived got another one of the worst people who ever lived as their lawyer. And their lawyer in court is flipping off the camera and laughing and joking around with this kid who killed 17 people.
Point made, and, you know, we're moving on.
But is the court going to do anything about maybe stopping it from happening again.
When these people are upset about specific things that have gone on from that table, like shooting the middle finger up
And they're going to laugh at this
at this
mass
court
murder.
and laughing and joking, Miss McNeil, be quiet.
You're so cute the way you murdered all those kids. Yeah, we go flip off the cameras in the middle of court. Yeah, so now she's been disbarred. They're looking into disbarring her. I don't know if she's going to get disbarred for that, but definitely a horrible human being. And also, what the fuck? And then, last up on what the fuck, another school shooting this week. This time they got lucky. Only 2 people died, a teacher and a student died, but the school gunman had an AR-15 style weapon and 600 rounds of ammo. So, yep, he said, hey, I don't have a girlfriend. Another one of these fucking incels. It's like, what did you guys want me to do? I couldn't get laid, so I had to go murder innocent people. Guarantee you this dipshit was on 4chan. Another terrorist from the toxic troll culture, which I've talked about many times on this show. And, I do have one more on what the fuck, folks. So, there was this genius. Sometimes geniuses walk among us. And this guy's on another fucking level. Because he was like, hey, I'm going to break up with my girlfriend. And she might not take it too well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to wait till we're on the plane. And then I'm going to do it on the plane where there's a whole bunch of people around. And there's no possible way with all these people around she could cause a scene.
Fuck off!
Hey ma'am, where are your bags? Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Oh
my God. All right. She's staying. Ma'am, please.
No.
Please take her back to the emergency room.
We're done. Ma'am, get up. Sit down. Sit down.
Where's your bags? Huh? Where are your bags?
Can you... We've asked her to remove. We've asked her to get off.
So anyway, that didn't work. Apparently they kicked them both off the plane. So then he had to go back to the airport and deal with that shit. Nice try, but poor execution. All right, cool. That's my trash world. And folks, you know you love my show, right? You better, because somebody needs to. Please become a patron. I lost 2 weeks of salary, unfortunately, because I got banned for no reason. So if you could kick in $1 to my patron, I don't make any money off advertisement. I don't really sell anything except for my book that I'm eventually going to do. Not vaporware, I promise. Please, patron me. That would be nice of you. I would very much like that. Now let me read the super chats real fast. All right, cool. Love the show. Hey, the show loves you, Crash58. Thank you for supporting it. Blazing Chronic, $21, very generous. Welcome back, Dusty. Here's to a great show. Hey, I'm doing the best I can. I'm a little rusty tonight, but I will work that rust off. Next show, gonna be fucking perfect. And of course, it's still the greatest show, so it's fine. Jello for $8. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. One Life, Zero Gods. Anyone doing No Nut November? Hell no, I'm doing Extra Nut November. All of the nuts November. I'm taking all of the no nuts that everybody else are not doing, and I'm doing them for them. So I got you guys back. Don't worry. Zachariah Schmidt, $49.99. What? Very generous. Belief in the lowest form of understanding. Belief is the lowest form of understanding. Yes, faith. Faith is believing in things without evidence. The dumbest possible thing you ever do. I removed it from my vocabulary. Requires no thought. Requires no change. Fluctuate with the feeling. Yep. I mean, I guess depends what you mean by believe. I mean, I do ponder the evidence and decide what is more likely to be true than not based upon the evidence, which is just logic. So I guess you could call that a belief, but not really, because I would change my mind about anything in a heartbeat if you provide me better evidence than the evidence I already have. So thank you, Zachariah. Very generous. And welcome to the Dust Buddy, Soy Boy. Hell yeah. You too can become a Dust Buddy for $2.99 a month and get customized emojis to spend the chat with. All the cool kids are doing it. You should feel peer pressure to do so too. Blazing in Colorado. Missed you. Welcome back. Hey, it's good to be back. I missed you guys too. Connie Kitty, $20. Very generous. Thank you, Connie Kitty. You're one of the good ones. Welcome to the Dust Buddies. D. Spam the chat with impunity. Zachariah Smith became a Dust Buddy. Prove me wrong or keep quiet. I would not do either. Jenny Rue, $1.49. What's up, Jenny? Good to see you tonight. Martin is great. You are. Dusty, exclamation point, question mark, all of it. Thank you for the $5. Victoria, what's up, Victoria? Say my name all sexy. Victoria Cunningham. It's so good to be back so I could talk to you tonight. I hope you're well, girl. The Pub Night, $5. Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones must have known how Herschel Walker was and traded into the Vikings. That trade now makes sense. Get rid of him. That's what I would do. Rip Twitter. Everything is $8 a month. We all cover Twitter in the section after the Chud Watch. So you guys be sure to stay tuned to that. Got a big Hishab Elon section. Connie Kitty became a Dust Buddy. Welcome. You're one of the cool kids. Hey, you lied. Cody Django, $100 Canadian. What? Super generous tonight. Thank you guys for making up the slack that I've been missing for the last couple weeks. I definitely need it. For what it's worth, my girlfriend and I both think you have that silver fox look going on. Well, you guys need to get on the Tinder and like me so I don't feel as bad about myself. You know what I did? So this is shameless. On Tinder, you can, if you pay, you can change your location to anywhere on the fucking globe. So I'm like, hey, you know where I'm going to change my location? The Ukraine, because I bet there's women over the Ukraine who are like, hey, we want to get out of here. And also probably like there's a lot of death and stuff over there, a lot of the dudes getting killed. So there's probably a lot of single women over there. And I think all the women on the Ukraine Tinder must be fake because they're all like 9s and 10s and they all have their lips plumped out. I don't know if that's like just a thing over the Ukraine where all women are like forced by gun to have their lips pumped, but every fucking woman had all the lips pumped and shit. So I don't know, it was weird to be honest with you. And I tried to put my location to Russia because I'm like, damn, imagine all the single women in Russia right now. Putin is just sending all the young men to be killed off in the fucking droves, but apparently Tinder is banned or something in Russia. So Dusty left out of the whole Russian thing. Yeah, I'm shameless. You're as hot as Hassan Piker. I ain't that fucking hot, but I'm gonna work on it, folks. I'm a little doughy in my midsection. I'm starting to feel bad about it, and I'm about to get to work on it. Holy shit, I am tired of this, and I am gonna do something about it, and this time, I mean it. The Pub Night Dusty. Should we tell them how Alexander the Great was bi, trans person, and Thomas Jefferson openly dressed up like a woman and a man all his life? Do it. Trigger them all. Celestial Angel 666. Having fun listening to the Return Dusty while I work. Glad to see you back. Hey, it's good to be back. I appreciate you, Celestial Angel. Thank you for supporting the show. You're amazing. Lizzie Bennett, $5. From what I understood, the Donda Academy did close down, but reopened soon after. Kanye needs help, but still a piece of shit. Okay, I didn't hear that. It did not reopen. Thank you for correcting me. Mr. Olio, author, song, writer, producer, illustrator, porn lover, pod lover, and all-around genius, Dusty Smith, rock on. Hey, some of that's true, but I'll take credit for all of it. Why not? And Stephen Wilder, $100. What? So generous and sexy of you, Stephen Willer. Welcome back. I sent thoughts and prayers to the flying spaghetti monster, and it worked. Can I hear an amen? Amen. Amen. Hey, and tonight you are the Super Chat heavyweight champion of the world so far, so be proud. Celestial Angel, $4.99. I was in a beauty pageant once. Wouldn't have noticed if one was trans, and this was early 2000. Have more money for the cats, Dusty. Yeah, I mean, I doubt you're going to notice if they're in a beauty pageant. They probably pass pretty good. Stacy Raglan, here's some money for the kitty treats. Yes, I need to buy them some more kitty drugs. It's been a while since they got fucked up. I'm gonna do that in your honor, Stacy. Gabriel Matoya, welcome back. Thanks for the show. Hey, thank you for supporting it. Appreciate it. Urban Mass, $10. Elon is compromise. Yes, he is. We're gonna cover that. He is evil, like a super villain from a Bond movie. Jennifer Gordon, hey Dusty, love your content so much. I just named my new robot vacuum cleaner after you. Well, that's a perfect name for a robot vacuum cleaner. Dusty. My little rolling Dusty Smith is awesome just like you. Hey, take a picture of it, send it to me. Parker Aguirre, here you are. I can't believe I slept through a bit of the show. Hey, no forgiveness. You know the rule. Way ahead of me, Parker. Lizzie Bennett, in case anyone's curious, the bar where the Nazi got kicked out of is called Finelli's Cafe. Great service. I know a few bars in BK. If he tried that, he might have been killed. Well, don't kill him. Just get him fired, I guess. And Superbow became a Dust Buddy for 2 months. Cool. Great to see you. And one more, Mark Davis. Miss you, Dusty. Tell all your animals hi. Hi, animals. We have Mr. Pretty Boy here. Yeah, Mr. Pretty Boy. He says hi. Thank you, guys. Love you. All right. Get the rest of your super chats in. Gonna read the rest of them at the end of the show. Super cool of you if you would do that. But now it's time for Chat Watch. Let's do it. Talking about Chat Watch. Oh, we talk about shows and then we make fun of them. And starting us out on the Chat White tonight, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Here's a little throwback. You guys remember when Marjorie Taylor Greene told people that Nancy Pelosi deserves to be killed?
She's a traitor to our country. She's guilty of treason. She took an oath to protect American citizens and uphold our laws. And she gives aid and comfort to our enemies who illegally invade our land. That's what treason is. Exactly. And by our law, representatives and senators can be kicked out and no longer serve in our government. And it's a crime punishable by death, is what treason is. Nancy Pelosi is guilty of treason, and we want her out of our government. She's held her seat of power for 32 years. She's 78 years old. She is dying in Congress. We are fed up with these corrupt politicians that hang on to their power just to make themselves.
That's right. Even though we are the ones who try to overthrow the government and install Donald Trump as a dictator against the will of the people, somehow it's Nancy Pelosi who is the traitor and deserves to die. So this was like last year. So the next thing you know, one of these QAnonymous nuts decided to go to her house and break in with a hammer and attack her husband with a hammer. In the months before police accused him of attacking House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband Friday morning, David DePape, or is it DePappy? I'm going to say DePape, had been drifting further into the world of far-right conspiracies, anti-Semitism, and hate, according to a Times review of his online accounts. In a personal blog that DePape maintained, posts include such topics as manipulation of history, hollow hoax, and it's okay to be white. He mentioned 4chan, because of course he did. A favorite message board of the far right, he posted videos about conspiracies involving COVID-19 vaccines and the war in the Ukraine being a ploy for Jewish people to buy land. So obviously, he was inspired by people like Marjorie Taylor Greene to go try to murder Nancy Pelosi, which he did. He had zip ties on him, had a hammer, was, I guess, going to put her on a little mock trial and execute her. Super cool. And I wonder where he could have possibly got these crazy ideas from.
Social media posts included transphobic images.
All these nations preparing for World War Trans.
Linked to websites claiming COVID vaccines were deadly.
Is it possible that the vaccine actually can hurt you, especially if you keep getting boosted? Can it weaken your immune system?
The death rates being promoted are whatever they want to be promoted, as the death rate one post said.
So is it possible that the CDC has been classifying those deaths from old age or other factors, as coronavirus deaths?
Also posted links to YouTube videos with titles like Democrat Farce Commission to investigate January 6th.
It's a farce. It's a complete farce.
Global elites plan to take control of your money.
They're hiring another 87,000 armed IRS agents just to make sure that you obey. Got it? Got it? Is it clear?
So it looks like we've potentially have somebody here who embraces conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it's like the hot dog costume wearing guy. Who could possibly be responsible for this? It's a mystery. So of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene took complete responsibility. She was like, hey, I'm obviously partially to blame here for all the rhetoric, the violence I've spewed, for calling for the death of Nancy Pelosi. It's my fault. I'm just going to try to tone down my rhetoric, and I couldn't even say it with a straight face. No, instead he went and made fun of it. She went and made fun of them at the Trump rally.
The only crime victim you hear about from Democrats in the media is Paul Pelosi.
Boo, let's boo this guy who was the victim of a terrorist attack because of our violent rhetoric. Yay!
Paul Pelosi was brutally attacked by a drugged out illegal alien that should have been deported. And Paul Pelosi should have been a gun owner and shot his attacker.
Right. It's his fault, folks. It's not my fault. for hyping these motherfuckers up. When I knew exactly what was going to happen, I know when I'm using this crazy rhetoric, there's the fringes that follow me that are going to go out and commit violence. I knew this was going to happen. I did it anyway, didn't give a shit, but it's not my fault. It's his fault for not murdering the guy I sent after him. So then, of course, they can't take responsibility for anything. The party of take responsibility for yourself, lift yourself up by your bootstraps, literally never take a goddamn moment's responsibility for a fucking thing they do. It's all hypocrisy. So instead, they started spreading this conspiracy theory that the guy was actually gay lovers with Nancy Pelosi's husband, and they knew each other. Prominent figures on social media, including some of the loudest voices on the political right, including Elon Musk, are pushing a salacious and false conspiracy theory about the attack on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband, an apparent attempt to shift the narrative about the assault. They claim that big names like Elon Musk, Donald Trump Jr., and Dinesh D'Souza have promoted to millions of their followers. Paul Pelosi and the man who attacked him were gay lovers who had gotten into a fight. The spurious theory traces back to an incorrect early news report and a handful of pieces of evidence that its proponents have spun wildly out of context. It runs contrary to the explanation police and federal law enforcement have outlined that the suspect in the attack, David DePape, broke into Pelosi's house and attacked him. There's absolutely no evidence that Mr. Pelosi knew this man. San Francisco Police Chief William Scott told CNN in an interview, as a matter of fact, the evidence indicates the exact opposite, but don't let the facts get in the way of our fucking narrative. Otherwise, we'd have to admit that we're inspiring violence, that we are the party of violence, and we can't do that. So I bet they was gay, y'all. And lots of right-wing shitheads going out there with no evidence whatsoever, just spreading this around, because why wouldn't they? Here's a former UFC fighter, Jake Shields, my friend, who's a San Francisco detective. Just told me Paul Pelosi won't hand over video footage and they believe he was engaged in a gay sex. He isn't directly working on this case, so I can't confirm reliability. Hey, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm going to put it out there so we don't have to take responsibility and we can pass the blame on to the victim. Super cool, conservatives. And no, folks. Regardless of what they say, there weren't two hammers. Cops didn't stand there. The glass wasn't broken from the inside. The guy wasn't in his underwear. Pelosi didn't say he knew the guy on the 9/11 call. Never said his name. There were security cameras who recorded it, and the guy confessed. Specifically said, no, he wasn't gay. He was there for Nancy Pelosi because he's convinced by all these crazy conspiracy theories. But it doesn't matter, folks. There is no bottom for these people. There is no low they won't sink. Here's Donald Trump Jr. posting a picture of underwear and a hammer. The internet remains undefeated. Also, if you switch out the hammer for a red feather boa, you could be Hunter Biden in an instant. Isn't it hilarious? They were making fun of this victim of terrorism that was caused by our violent rhetoric, our spreading of bullshit, our lies, our crazy ass followers did this. Isn't it hilarious they did this? Folks, they will kill us. They will send their minions to kill us, and then they will laugh at us. They will laugh at our dead fucking bodies. They will dress as our dead corpses for Halloween, because cruelty is the fucking point. They're subhumans. They do not care about us in any way. And another great example, Carrie Lake. Just now, Nancy Pelosi, well, she got protection when she's in D.C. Apparently, her house doesn't have a lot of protection. Yeah, it's her fault for not having enough protection. And the crowd burst into laughter, of course. It's so hilarious and funny, y'all. And the interviewer was laughing so hard, he covered his face with his notes. And Carrie Lake is the favorite now to win her governorship. At first, people were like, shh, this lady's a joke candidate. And now she's going to fucking win, probably. We are not winning, folks. We are losing. I'm sorry. I wish I wasn't the bearer of bad news, but I do not believe we are winning this. I believe this country is so trash, it's too fucking far gone. Case in point, here's Fox News talking about the situation.
What I want is that I want this alleged perpetrator to be treated the exact same way if he had attacked anybody else. Because a lot of people get hit with hammers. A lot of people get attacked. And a lot of the times, they're out on bail the next day, and it's a simple assault charge. So I don't know why this guy is being treated differently. And he's facing, what, attempted homicide? He's in prison right now.
Yeah, I mean, this guy went to congressperson's house with a hammer, broke in with zip ties and was going to kidnap them, possibly murder them. But hey, why isn't he out of jail already? Why are we taking this seriously? Just give him a slap on the wrist and let him go. And even that was sane compared to Charlie Kirk's comments on it. Charlie Kirk literally calling for the millionaires and billionaires that support him to bail this guy out of jail.
I mean, I'm looking at Politico.com. I'm looking at the New York Times. I'm looking at all these places, and there's a little bit of mention here. For example, Politico says top Republicans reject any link between GOP rhetoric and Paul Pelosi assault. Of course you should reject any link.
Of course you should take a responsibility.
Why is the Republican Party, why is the conservative movement to blame?
Because you caused it to happen.
For gay schizophrenic nudists that are hemp jewelry makers breaking into somebody's home, or maybe not breaking into somebody's home. Why are we to blame for that exactly?
Because you're spreading nonsense, bullshit, provable, damnable lies. You're doing it right fucking now. And you're doing it to cover up your own culpability in causing these violent actions to happen.
And why is he still in jail? Why has he not been bailed out? By the way, if some amazing patriot out there in San Francisco or the Bay Area wants to really be a midterm hero, someone should go and bail this guy out. I bet his bail's like $30,000 or $40,000. Bail him out and then go ask him some questions. I wonder what his bail is. They're going after him with attempted murder.
Yeah, he's a hero for doing what he did. Yeah, he terrorized Nancy Pelosi and tried to kill him. Let's support him. Let's help him. Super cool, conservatives. Definitely not the bad guys, are you? Holy God. And apparently he was also a Jimmy Dore fan. So we all know Jimmy Dore took full responsibility. He didn't. Oh my. Yeah. Disgusting. After learning that one of his fans attacked Paul Pelosi, Jimmy Dore is already mocking reports and deflecting. Of course he is. Lauren Rosa said, suspect in attack on Paul Pelosi seems to be a fan of seemingly pro-Putin, pro-Assad YouTube conspiracy theorist Jimmy Dore, an anti-Semitic. One of his recent posts says the war in Ukraine will make it easier for the Jews to buy up land. And so, of course, Jimmy's like, I confess, right after I blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, I engineered an attack on Pelosi's husband. This is like what Alex Jones said. I did it. I killed the kids. 100%. He's using the Alex Jones deflection. Yes, I'm very powerful. I'm surprised the establishment doesn't try being nicer to me since I'm controlling most things from my garage. You know, if this guy turned out to be a fan of mine, do you know what I would do? I'd be like, holy shit. What did I do that might have inspired this guy? What did I do that would have made this guy be a fan of mine? Why did I not work harder to make sure this guy who has these kind of ideologies hates my fucking guts? I would immediately take responsibility because as content creators, we have responsibility for our fucking platforms. But these people don't want any responsibility. They aren't responsible. They don't give a shit who they harm as long as they make a fucking buck. And that's all goddamn Jimmy Dore is. A shameless grifter who doesn't give a fuck who he hurts. And speaking of outrageous, folks, prepare your shock face. Let me just play the clip.
Hard not to say things. I was confused. Like, should I say something? Should I not say something?
So this is Donald Trump's ex-girlfriend going to corroborate a story of Donald Trump being racist.
Prompts her to speak out now, she says, is an anecdote in Confidence Man, the new best-selling book by New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman. A comment Haberman says the future president made sometime after meeting Young's parents.
And what she quotes him as saying is, you got your looks from your mother and your intelligence from your dad, the white side.
Yeah, that's true.
And Cara, I see you like breathing, and I'm like, I don't want to ask you about this because I can tell this is not a happy recollection.
Because it sounds, when someone says something in jest, are they kidding? You know, it's, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
And when he
joke.
said that, you corrected him.
Yes. It wasn't like a fight or anything like that. It was just more like, don't.
Oh, Donald, you racist scamp. Let's have sex anyway, even though you're clearly incredibly fucking racist. That's literally what Joe Rogan said on his show, folks. They all have the same mentality. I would say let the mask slip, but they don't fucking wear the mask. And then, like I was saying, folks, another week, another Trump rally, and it's so depressing. No matter what a fucking traitor you are, no matter how much you inspire violence, you're still a hero to these people. Here's Marjorie Taylor Greene being worshipped at the Trump event.
Today, what's important to you?
I want to tell you you're an American hero, and we love you, and you are sister hero in how you speak, and you don't care what people say, and we just look up to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Why are you here today?
I come to see Trump.
You're not a fan of communism.
I'm not a fan of communism. I'm a Trump supporter.
Or salad.
And I had no idea I'd get the benefit of seeing you also. Wow. It's awesome.
Wow. It's awesome. Another one of these genetic specimens. The master ratio. Depressing. And just when you think they can't get any weirder. Holy God. Like, I can only imagine what other countries who watch this show think of our country. Whatever you think, you're right. It is embarrassing even to us. Here's the Trump rally.
You can take your woke, fiscally irresponsible craziness, and you can take it and go to the Soviet Union. I don't care. This is Iowa.
You can take your Soviet Union wokeness and you can go. What the fuck? God damn it. Dogs are somewhere going, dude, my ears. And also, I don't think the Soviet Union exists anymore. Are you talking about Russia? Because, like, Russia literally claiming they're attacking Ukraine because of wokeness. Russia not woke? What are you talking about, dude? I guess he don't know. It don't matter. It's just all buzzwords and gibberish from these emotionally unstable dipshits. And did you guys get your Trump knife yet? Why the fuck not? Totally normal. Claim your free Trump knife. Keep America great. Never know when you might have to stab a lib. 250 free knives. Definitely not a scam, folks. If there's one thing I know about people who support Trump is how they love to give things away for free and not make any money for themselves by counting you idiots. So, hey, you get it immediately. And then, I'm going to skip that one because I'm moving right along. Let's do this one. Oh. If the left are doing this, they'd be screaming, the left is eating themselves. But instead, the right is eating themselves, folks. The right is starting to turn against Jordan Peterson. Never thought I'd fucking see it. Here's a Paul Joseph Watson with his dick-sucking lips saying, Jordan Peterson calling for banning online anonymity over mean tweets. And Cernovich, who is also a very popular right-wing Twitter account, says, all this giant baby has to do is change his settings to only allow notifications from accounts he follows. But he lacks impulse control. He wades into the abyss and is shocked to learn that it stares back. And they're right. For once, they're exactly fucking right. Here's Jordan Peterson talking about how the internet should ban anonymous people.
The biggest problem that I can see is that the large online platforms allow anonymous troll demons to rampage through society with no cost to themselves.
Literally, that is your fan base. There's never been a larger group of online trolls than the incels who worship you on 4chan, dude. No self-awareness whatsoever.
And I can identify these people quite accurately.
Because they're your fan base? They're the ones that bought all your books and made you a millionaire? I'm sure you can.
Now, this will make a number of the people who are watching and listening uncomfortable because they'll be in the list of people who do this sort of thing. So the first thing is they have an anonymous name. The second thing is the anonymous name usually has something psychologically significant about it in a very negative direction. So it's self-denigrating or it's demonic or...
Like Pepe?
Or it's otherwise offensive and purposefully so. And then the people who are utter cowards, likely to be narcissists and Machiavellians, resentful people sitting in their basement at home dwelling on their
literally
misery.
The incels that worship you're talking about.
And doing everything they can to spew toxicity out into the world. Alone in their bedrooms, they're just isolated people who aren't causing any trouble. But as soon as they multiply themselves millions of times using this incredible, powerful computer technology, they're not even human anymore. In my estimation, they're literally a demonic force. Oh. And I mean that in a technical sense, right?
Dehumanizing.
You and I aren't exactly you and I in this conversation because we're amplified hundreds of times or thousands of times or hundreds of thousands of times. And so we're not just human, we're androids in some sense operating in a virtual space. And these online trolls have that power because they have access to an audience that they would never gather by their own merits. They are saying things that are derisive and inflammatory.
It's literally every right-wing dude that follows you. You are the party of toxic trolls. Good God.
And that would absolutely 100% get them punched if they ever said it in public. Imagine that there's a hierarchy of unconstrained people, and there's a variety of people who are very unconstrained, but in normal social discourse would be able to keep themselves under control because of the controls that are there in normal social discourse. You lift those controls and they just go off. And so that's what we're seeing online. And that has to be stopped. I think the large tech companies should be required to put in know your customer laws. They should ban anonymous accounts, but in this way. Imagine that you have...
Ban anonymous account, folks. Sure, why not? So much for free speech. Just imagine being this fragile. This guy is such a fucking pussy. He can't stand getting shit on Twitter. He goes on Twitter. He's mean as fuck. He makes fun of everybody else. He criticizes, ridicules. It's fine when he does it. Anybody does the same back to him. I'm leaving Twitter forever. They should ban all you anonymous people. Just good God, get a hold of yourself, Kermit. And I'm glad to see they're finally turning on him. Good. Let them fight. And then, you guys know who the people behind the documentary 2,000 Mules is? There are these people. The leaders of a Texas-based group that promotes election conspiracy theories were jailed Monday for not complying with a court order to provide information in a defamation lawsuit over some of their claims. Catherine Engelbert and Greg Phillips, who run the True the Vote, were ordered detained by U.S. Marshals, according to an order signed by U.S. District Judge Kenneth Hoyt in Houston. They locked him up, folks, because they're doing the Alex Jones things. They're just not going to do what the court says, which seems like a bad idea. And these are the people behind the proof that the election was stolen. This is what we keep hearing from maggots. 2,000 mules, 2,000 mules. So if you haven't seen 2,000 mules, basically, they claim without providing the evidence that they have all this cell phone data. They didn't provide the cell phone data, so we have to take their word for it. And then they claim the cell phone data shows that there are certain people that went by non-profit organizations a bunch of times, and they also went by ballot boxes a bunch of times, which suggests that, without any evidence, once again, that they picked up ballots at the nonprofit organizations and they dropped them off the ballot boxes. No evidence given whatsoever. They did not even mention what the nonprofit organizations were. That's how ridiculous the whole documentary was. In fact, they showed some video footage of people they claimed were dropping off a bunch of ballots, but they blurred the people's faces so we couldn't identify them, because if they just let the video footage alone, we could have said, hey, that's Jan from Tulsa. Let's just go ask her. But they didn't want us to do that. So not only did we not know, we weren't given the evidence, the cell phone evidence, so we could look ourselves. We weren't told what the nonprofits were, who they were talking about. And they blurred out the people's faces so we couldn't contact these people and ask them ourselves. So literally no evidence, just shit that they fucking made up. Criminals, that's what they are. And that leads me to the next story. Apparently Dinesh D'Souza wrote a book about it called 2,000 Mules, and he sent out review copies. And then immediately they recalled all the review copies and didn't say why they recalled them. They're just like, oh, we accidentally put something in there we had to take out. So they got a copy of the original book and a copy of the new versions, and they figured out what he took out. And basically what he took out was every mention of who the nonprofit organizations were, because he knew if he put them in there, they were going to get sued to fucking back. They know they're fucking lying and they don't give a shit. This is what they do. This is how he makes his millions, folks. And of course, Trump supporters don't care either. They don't care what the evidence is. They just want to be able to tell you that they believe it, even when they don't. They want to be able to tell you, hey, we're trying to get Trump back in power because we legitimately believe the election was stolen, instead of the truth, which is we don't actually give a shit if the election was stolen. We just want power, and we will overthrow democracy and install Trump as a dictator, as the traitors we fucking are. But they can't say that because we would just tell them to go fuck themselves. So they have to pretend like, hey, you may disagree with me, but I'm doing this because I really believe the election was stolen. I don't fucking believe you. I don't believe any of you. I don't give you the benefit of the doubt. You're all fucking liars. And case in point, here's their ringleader, Scammy Davis Jr., Ali Alexander, one of the main people behind the Stop the Steal movement. And he's just directly telling you the truth to his face. He does not give a shit. Any election he doesn't like, he'll claim it's stolen. If I don't like it, it's stolen. If we don't win, I claim it's stolen. If you win, it's stolen.
Here's what I would say to Joe Biden. Any election I don't like is stolen. Any election where you get 81 million tabulations, not votes, is stolen. It's pretty simple. If I don't like it, it's stolen. If I like it, it's not stolen. If you win, it's stolen.
Yep.
Here's what I would say to...
You just say the quiet part out loud, folks. It doesn't matter. We don't care about democracy. We don't give a fuck about any of that. Would you shut the fuck up? I will just claim it's stolen regardless. And this is how every one of them is. They don't actually believe it. They don't actually care. They're just fucking traitors, but they can't say that. And speaking of traitors, here's Q's daddy. The guy behind the it used to be 8chan, now it's 8kun website that launched the Q conspiracy theories. Total fucking weirdo, Jim Watkins. And let's check into 8kun and see how the website is doing.
Okay, guys, Proto is on. It's the new thing. Step one, you go buy your Proto membership at shop.isitwetyet.com. And right now we got 60 days free.
So this is how you get on 8kun now, folks. He's explaining the only way to get on 8kun. You go to this long website and you buy this thing for $5.
Okay, guys, Proto is on. It's the new thing. Step one, you go buy your Proto membership at shop.isitwetyet.com. And right now we got 60 days free. So just do it to use it, because we got to use it. Then you visit the membership PHP, where it'll send you the email with the link to click on to sign on. Okay?
Okay.
You get that in your email, then you'll go to the, and real soon now I'll put a link on the website so that you can log on to make it really convenient for you.
It sounds so convenient
wow,
already.
My email just came. Then after you log in, you should be able to post freely without the TOTP and other type stuff. Please be careful with your email and credentials.
That's right, folks. All you got to do is go buy this $5 thing and then log into another website, let you log to another website that eventually let you post on 8kun. So it's all going really well over there at 8chan. I'm sure tons of people are doing that. Yikes. And then Sean Hannity got called out, proven to be the bold-faced liar he is. Let's have a look.
Now in this last-ditch effort, well, let's lie to senior citizens and scare them to death with lies about Republicans. They want to take away your Social Security and Medicare and cut it. Okay, not a single Republican has ever said it. No Republican supports it.
It will be my objective to phase out Social Security, to pull it up by the roots and get rid of it.
Never said it, folks, but we know they are. They want that money for themselves, for the little pet projects. They think anything the government runs is evil, and they want to bankrupt it, privatize it, and yep, they coming after the Social Security money. Better believe it. And then Jimmy Kimmel had a cool montage of all the clips where Fox News fearmongered about fentanyl being given to children on Halloween. Spoiler alert, not a single fucking child was given fentanyl on Halloween. It never happened. We all knew it wasn't going to happen. But if this will load, I will show you the clip. Here we go.
Oh, those of you who make a point to watch Fox News know that this was the most dangerous Halloween in American history because dangerous immigrants are filling our children's bags with fentanyl.
The fentanyl crisis continuing to devastate families across America. And now it could be showing up in your kid's Halloween candy bag.
Here we are in America. Parents have to be worried about their kids' Halloween candy because of Joe Biden's border crisis.
What about fentanyl? What about what's happening? Halloween's around the corner.
Colored fentanyl is being used to target children, telling parents to warn their kids ahead of Halloween.
Fentanyl designed to look like colorful candy with Halloween just around the corner.
I said we're going to have to open up all your candy because bad people are putting drugs in candy boxes, and it makes Mama worried.
You throw away all the nerds and the sweet tarts.
The fact that we live in America in a time where any parent has to worry about fentanyl.
The only reason any parent is worried about that is because you guys are selling this fear to them. This unfounded bullshit. You are causing the problem. You're like, see, everybody's freaking out about this. I can't believe everybody's freaking out about the thing that we're freaking them out about.
Halloween candy is absolutely unacceptable.
Well, I agree.
Even Dr. Phil was on Joe Rogan shilling this bullshit. Just never ends for these fucking idiots. And then apparently Oprah Winfrey came out and supported John Fetterman for Congress over Dr. Oz, who she is responsible. Dr. Oz is her Frankenstein. That's not true. Frankenstein was Frankenstein's Frankenstein. Dr. Oz was her Frankenstein's monster. To be specific. So she came out against him, but folks, like, I'm just gonna be honest, it's not really looking good for John Fetterman. They had a debate recently, and the debate was a fucking disaster. John Fetterman still has some very obvious issues coming from his stroke, and he did not have a good showing at all. And now Dr. Oz is the favorite. You know, it is what it fucking is. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and pretend like Fetterman went out there and killed it, because he didn't. He definitely seems like he has some problems. And while I obviously think he'd be better in every fucking way than Dr. Oz, I make fun of Herschel Walker for the same reasons, and it'd be kind of hypocritical for me to say that Fetterman seems like he's all there when he doesn't, to be honest with you. I mean, I know that's going to get me in trouble, but it's the truth. So just bad timing, real fucking bad timing for the whole thing, and depressing to think about, to be honest with you. Hopefully Fetterman will win. You know, I still hope Fetterman's going to win. We'll see what happens, but it was not a good showing from Fetterman, to be honest with you. Man, then the worst person you could possibly ask for this type of advice. Watermelon head Charlie Kirk gets asked by a conservative mom how to go around her kids and brainwash her grandkids with chud bullshit. Terrible fucking advice. Let's have a listen.
I am a new grandparent of a daughter that went to ASU that is total liberal. How do we do this as a family without destroying it? They don't want anything very much built on a family of faith foundation. Totally threw it all out the window for ASU and their liberal ways. And how do you bring us back as grandparents and be able to have a conversation?
Grandparents, you should be unapologetically, sneakily conservative to your grandkids. No, I mean this. It doesn't matter if it drives your daughter nuts. It's completely irrelevant. Now, you're going to get a lot of free time with the kid, and you gotta make that kid and you like this, and just if your daughter doesn't like it, just say tough. Right? Like, I brought you into this world, and I don't want this kid to be miserable, right? No, it's that serious, because it sounds as if you already lost your daughter, but now you get another chance, right? And then make sure your that grandkid doesn't go to college, based on everything you just told me, right?
Yep, always anti-intellectual. Make sure it doesn't go to college. Education is the enemy here. Just fucking nuts. Yeah, great way to lose access to your grandchildren if you behave this way. Definitely don't take that advice. Everybody mad at me for my opinion on Fetterman. Yeah, I know he had a stroke. I know he's healing, folks. But, like, you want me to pretend like that was a good performance? You want me to pretend like he seems like he's the best choice to be congressperson? Like, he's not. Like, I can't pretend like I believe something I don't believe, if it makes you guys mad or not. Like, I just got to be honest about it. I still think he's run a good campaign. I'm on the side of his policies. I know he's healing. He'll be better. But does he seem like he is all there, like he is the best qualified person to be congressman right now at this point in history? No, he doesn't. And I'm not going to pretend otherwise just to placate you people. Let's just be honest about it. Why we got to be dishonest? He didn't do good. He didn't do a good job. He seems like he is still compromised because he just had a fucking stroke, right? We don't have to be shameless cheerleaders for our side and pretend like reality isn't what it is. That's what conservatives do, not what we do. We can be honest about the fucking situation, in my opinion. He has the better choice. I didn't say he wasn't a better choice. Yeah, he knew the facts, but I mean, okay, I'm not going to argue with you guys about this. Anybody can watch the debate for themselves and make up their mind, but I mean, it wasn't good. I don't know why we're going to try to fool ourselves and pretend like it was better than it was, because it wasn't good. And then, speaking of watermelon head Charlie Kirk, no one has ever been more manly than Mr. Charlie.
And I think the American family is breaking because of it, is this subsidized, prolonged adolescence of infant men, of 26, 27-year-olds. I'm telling you, young men need to be treated a lot harsher than they are right now. And I know that sounds bad. They need to be challenged, put out into the wild, figure it out, go reach deep down and understand if you have testosterone or not, and then build something of value. This idea of men perpetually kind of be putting and their feelings and all this, it's nonsense. You know what it does? It creates the most suicidal generation of men in history, is what it does. We got to challenge our men.
That's literally what you're talking about, is what causes the suicide. The making men believe that they have to keep their emotions inside, that there's this masculine version of masculinity, that if you don't live up to, you're less of a man. That literally is what's causing all these people to kill themselves. It's literally what causes men to behave in incredibly dangerous ways in order to prove themselves and prove their manliness. Exactly what you're talking about is toxic and harming men, Charlie.
We have to challenge them to be better than they are. Young men love a good challenge, a physical challenge, a career challenge. That's what they need to be called for more. Instead, the entire society right now is trying to say, well, there's toxic masculinity, and if you say the wrong thing to a woman, she might report you to a local authority. And it creates this society where they say, well,
what are you
I'm
saying
not
to
going
this
to mess
woman?
around with this. I'm just going to go play Xbox in my basement, right? So we need that's why at Turning Point USA, we now have a men's summit and our men's summit is very different than our women's summit, where our women's summit is really fun, and my wife speaks at the women's summit, and women come from across the country and they're wearing dresses, lots of pink. Our men's summit is out in the woods, no phones, we deprive you of calories, of sleep, we break you, and we teach you something, and then you learn how to become a man.
Yeah! Oh, well, no thanks. That all sounds fucking terrible, dude. Hey, you know what makes me a man? The fact that I am very comfortable with masculinity and don't feel the need to have to continuously prove myself to other fucking douchebags to show that I'm a man. What you're talking about is insecurity, Charlie. And, oh my God, I gotta deprive myself of calories and make my life really fucking hard to prove what a man I am. That's not manliness. That is toxic as fuck. Just absolutely ridiculous. And who loves overtime, folks? Now the whole chat's mad at me over Fetterman. You know you love overtime, so reward me for overtime. We got plenty of show left. Tell you, look at all the show we got left, folks. Long one tonight. Gotta love it. I'll win you guys back over, you Fetterman fans. I actually love Fetterman. I love Fetterman. Don't get me wrong. He is better than Oz in every possible way. He is better. But he's compromised. Let's be honest. All right, moving right along, folks. What's next? Oh, yeah. Speaking of super alpha manly man, folks, here's James Bowder. He is part of the carrying convoy from Canada. We tried to shut down the economy in order to spread disease. So he's trying to play coy and not answer the question on him trying to emasculate Justin Trudeau. And then finally he admits, yeah, I'm a manly man. I'm an alpha male. That's why I call Trudeau a girl.
Some documents up there where you referred to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as Justine Trudeau. Why do you refer to him as Justine Trudeau?
Why not?
Are you trying to suggest something? It's emasculating or making some kind of comments or suggesting
that
she's
Could be a typo.
It could be a typo. I don't know. You're the one that said it. What do you mean you don't know? Did you typo or not? You do know.
I don't know.
Pardon me?
Could be a typo.
Was it a typo? It's your words, sir.
Well, maybe it's a typo. I don't know.
But are you telling us it's a typo, or were you trying to suggest something because you think it's somehow negative to be of transgender or so forth?
As an alpha male, trucker, oil patch, farm boy kind of guy?
As an alpha male, trucker, farm patch boy, I had to make fun of him for being more feminine than I am.
Dude, Justin Trudeau is more masculine than you in every goddamn possible way. And if you have to call yourself an alpha male, you're definitely not an alpha male. Not that alpha males exist anyway, but you ain't one, dude.
And seeing old little Mr. Trudeau there in his boxing shorts with his juice box water bottle sort of things. Yeah, we call him Justine.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, we call him Justin. You're so manly. I wish he could be butch like you are, dude. This is another one of these doughy fucking old white guys that thinks he's so fucking tough. Embarrassing. And one more, folks. This almost ended up in the Beyond parody, but this is not how it works. You do it for us, then I didn't. What the fuck's wrong with you guys? Is that really a good faith argument on what I goddamn said? Really? Are you guys going to sit there and goddamn really tell me that Fetterman does not seem compromised? You're about to make me mad, because this is fucking bullshit. Reality is what the fuck it is, regardless of how our feelings are about it, okay? He had a goddamn stroke. Okay? He's recovering from it. But he's not at his best right now. What the fuck you guys want me to do? Pretend like I'm a goddamn conservative? Oh, he's a genius. He's fucking never been better. Oh my God, he was so eloquent. No, he wasn't. It's just stupid. Just irritating. I don't have to fucking pretend like shit ain't the fucking way it is because I'm on the left. That's not what we do. We charge at fucking reality. We own up to it. We admit to it. The other people that don't do that, they're the fucking bottom feeders. They're conservatives. They don't live in fucking reality like we do. Yes, he's better. Yes, he has better policies. Yes, he'll be a better candidate. Is he compromised? Did he do well? Fuck no, he didn't. What's wrong with you people? Be honest. Angry shit. Anyway, back to this guy. So he's asked about the litter box in high school fake conservative narrative when Joe Rogan spread. And he's basically like, you're the one that has to prove it's not true. I don't have to prove it's true. You have to prove it's not true. That's not how any of this fucking works.
You made at a recent event about children using litter boxes in schools. You know, there's no
well, that's
proof.
Not what I said.
Okay, well then tell me what you said. I heard the audio.
So what? Yeah. So what I was talking about is all the craziness going on in our schools, and this is just one of them. And I had a parent and a student in that audience who came up to me and told me all about it. I've had that all across the state. So I'm only articulating what I heard from Granite Staters, parents and children. Craziness is going on in our schools. Senator Hassan is responsible for it. She's doubled down on all the bad education policies out there. So you should be asking her why our children can't read and write to grade level, why we have the lowest scores, why we can't compete in the world, why our children require remedial courses to go to college. It's because she has took her eye off the ball on the future of our nation, and that's our children and grandchildren.
So you had a parent tell you
yes,
that this was
parent
happening
and
in the
student.
Okay.
Happening in the schools.
Now,
yes.
The school has come out and said that that's completely false.
Well, you know, they came out and said they didn't mass children. They came out and said they didn't do a lot of things, right? They don't teach CRT, which they do. They don't teach transgender, which they do.
They don't teach
I'm not backing
transgender.
down, okay? You got the wrong guy. Just because they say it, they need to prove it. Prove it. I got parents and kids telling me they need to prove it to us. I don't need to prove it to them.
How the fuck are they going to prove they don't have litter boxes? Put cameras in the fucking bathrooms, dude? They're saying they don't have it. I believe it regardless. I'm going to keep spreading the bullshit regardless. They have to prove a negative somehow. That's not how any of this goddamn shit works. But unfortunately, it does work for conservatives. That's all that do is fucking lie. And that is my show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Not all of you. A lot of you are mad. Red states have bad test scores. Yep. Maybe it's because you guys treat education like it's the fucking enemy continuously. Might have something to do with it. What did I miss? Went to the bathroom. Nothing. Nothing's going on this show. Go off, King. I will. Agree. Dusty, move on. I don't like you telling me to move on. I don't like you telling me to relax either. It's my show. I pretty much talk about anything I want to for as long as I want to talk about it. And if you don't like it, you move on, motherfucker. But thank you. Fine, Jed Watch. Appreciate it. And yes, I do agree Fetterman is better mentally than Herschel Walker, but that's not really the bar we want to be setting for our Congress people, in my opinion. And all right, folks, moving right along. I'm going to do a little Elon Musk section, and I actually tried to get the AI to create me some artwork for the Elon Musk section. Here's Elon Musk crushing the Twitter bird in his bare hand. This is the best I could do. Let me show you. I tried. At the end, I was trying to get it to make pictures of me crying because I got banned on YouTube, but it didn't do a very good job of it. But yeah, here's me trying to get it to make Elon Musk hold the Twitter bird and crush it in his hand. As you can see, AI, like most human artists, is incredibly good at drawing hands. Spot on hand drawing there, AI. Let's see what else I got here. I tried so hard. Just make him holding the fucking bird. Man, this AI art is so hard to use. It's not there yet, folks. I'm suffering from fits trying to get this to do my goddamn book like I want it to. Just all I did is type Elon Musk crushing a bluebird in his hands. That's so simple, AI. Why can't you do it? And it just doesn't want to fucking help me out. God damn it. But anyway, here's all my attempts. I spent like an hour just trying to fucking get it to do this fucking picture, and it didn't do it. So anyway, an attempt was made, right? An attempt was made. And this section is, and he shall be Elon. He shall be Elon. And I got banned, so I wasn't able to cover this. But Elon, apparently now, new president of Twitter. They took the whole thing private, y'all. You can't even buy stock for it anymore. The stock thing has been fucking removed. It's all private now, so it's 100% on Elon Musk's shoulders. So let's check in with Twitter under the leadership of Elon Musk and see how that's going. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Who could have possibly have seen this coming? So, yeah, exactly what you'd expected. Racist, like velociraptors testing the defenses, seeing what they can get away with immediately. They're like, yeah, free speech. We can be racist as shit on Twitter now that Daddy Elon is the president of it. And so then LeBron James is like, what the fuck is this bullshit, Twitter? This seems racist, yo. Elon Musk then messaged him back and tried to calm him down. The new Chief Twit, a social media giant Twitter, has responded to LeBron James' concern about the reported sudden increase in racial slurs being posted on the social media platform. Musk, who recently acquired Twitter in a $44 billion deal, replied to James on Sunday with a retweet of the response to the company's head of safety and integrity, Yoel Roth, regarding the reported surge in slurs and derogatory terms posted on the site. So LeBron James says, I don't know Elon Musk, and to be honest, I could care less. I think I mean you couldn't care less. Who owns Twitter? But I will say that if this is true, I hope he and his people take this very seriously, because this is scary as fuck. So many damn unfit people saying hate speech is free speech, to which Elon, of course, has to try to downplay it. Try to pretend like he's not responsible for all the bigots and racists who are flooding his website. You are the reason. These are your fan base, Elon. I know you're not going to take responsibility because you motherfuckers don't take responsibility for anything. But Elon says nearly all of these accounts are inauthentic. We've taken action to ban the users involved in this trolling campaign. What do you mean? Why did you ban them? I thought this was a free speech website. Now, I may hate the N-word, but doesn't the N-word fall under your absolute free speech narrative you continuously spread? Isn't this censorship? Isn't this the exact same type of censorship that Twitter was already fighting and you were out in public decrying? He goes on to say, and are going to continue working to address this in the days to come to make Twitter safe and welcoming for everyone. I feel safe and secure. Don't you all? He is destroying Twitter before our very eyes, folks. Like, at first, I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. I didn't think Twitter was going to go down the tubes, especially not this fast. But, man, it is snowballing very quickly. So then he came out and he said, hey, you guys know the little blue check mark thing, the thing that we use to verify that people are actually who they say they are. And the reason we do this is so you have confidence that you're not being conned by people, that if this account says it's Stephen King, has a check mark by his name. So you know it's actually Stephen King. If it's like a journalist who is respected, he has a little check mark by his name. So you know that journalist is actually a real journalist, and the news story he puts out is probably not fake. Use specifically to give confidence for the Twitter users that the people they're listening to are actually legit. Well, no more, folks. Apparently, you can just buy it now. Doesn't matter who the fuck you are. And at first, Musk was like $20. Everybody who has a blue check mark gotta pay $20 now. You gotta pay me, motherfucker. I'm the richest man in the world. But for some reason, to save free speech, you gotta pay me $20. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I thought the whole point was because you were this free speech warrior and you were going to save the public square for all of us. Suddenly it's all about money? Huh. So then Stephen King basically tells him to go fuck himself. $20 a month to keep my blue check mark? Fuck that. They should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron. So immediately, desperate, pathetic Elon Musk starts haggling in public with Stephen King. We need to pay the bill somehow. Why? Aren't you the richest man in the goddamn world? Why can't you just invest your money into free speech? Huh? Twitter cannot rely entirely on advertisers. Why not? It's because advertisers are fleeing, because you are no longer a safe place to put advertising dollars? Huh. And then he's like, how about $8? So haggling like a motherfucker. So then, just like that, he drops that from $20 to $8 because Stephen King told him to go fuck himself. And then he doubles down on it, pretends like that was always the plan, and just proven to be one of the most unlikable people in the world. Elon Musk tweets out, Twitter's current lords and peasant systems for who has or doesn't have a blue check mark is bullshit. Power to the people. Blue for $8 a month. That's right. Those who can afford it. The people can have their own blue check marks. Not like those people now who got blue check mark because they were actually legitimate in who they say they were. They were the elite somehow. Unlike Elon Musk, who is just a regular old Joe who needs your $8 a month. Super cool. And then he starts doubling down again and again. They love Starbucks memes for some reason on the right. Starbucks is like the one thing that can fucking trigger them. It's like that meme, oh my God, you have an iPhone? Yet you complain about capitalism? Yeah, you are part of society. You live in society and you're forced to be part of capitalism and you participate in it? Yeah, obviously. So he tweets out this, $8 for a Starbucks coffee, smiley face, soy jack. $8 for Twitter, 30 days, sad face. Just God damn it. The people telling us the left can't meme had the dumbest fucking memes on the earth. Hands down. Then he double, triple, quadruple down on it, getting snarky with AOC over it. AOC says, laughing my ass off at a billionaire earnestly trying to sell people the idea that free speech is actually an $8 a month subscription plan. To which Elon says, your feedback is appreciated. Now pay $8. Hilarious, Elon. Be all snarky, make everybody fucking hate your guts. That's a bold business decision there. And more memes the right is putting out. They love these soy jack memes. Tax the rich, says AOC, and Soy Jack says, so true, smiley face. And then Elon says, tax the rich. Oh my God, what the fuck? How is Elon, a billionaire, getting paid $8 from people for a Twitter blue check mark, taxing the rich? Doesn't even fucking make sense, but it still got 15,000 likes because conservatives are ridiculous. And then, of course, it's almost like he's trying to destroy Twitter on purpose. I know he's not. I know it's just that he's an imbecile and he's so in love with having his dick sucked by the right-wing chuds on Twitter. That's his motivation for doing everything. But it's almost like he's doing it on purpose in order to torpedo Twitter. So, of course, he tweets out this conspiracy theory that Nancy Pelosi's husband wasn't actually attacked. He was having gay sex with this guy. And Hillary Clinton post a tweet that says the Republican Party and its mouthpieces now regularly spread hate and deranged conspiracy theories. It is shocking, but not surprising, that violence is the result. As citizens, we must hold them accountable for their words and the actions that follow. Exactly. But they don't want that, folks. They don't like the idea that they have any kind of responsibility in any way whatsoever, especially the ones with giant platforms, the ones that have the most responsibility, because the bigger your platform, the more responsibility you have. So Elon immediately has to discredit, and he doesn't care how he does it, doesn't care if it's a lie, but has to poo-poo the idea that the right is in any way responsible for the violent rhetoric and lies they push. So he does this by lying himself and says, there is a tiny possibility there might be more to this story than meets the eye. And he posts a link to the conspiracy theory that the guy was Paul Pelosi's gay lover. Post a website that previously put out an article claiming Hillary Clinton was dead or replaced by a clone. So incredible sources. He later deleted this tweet, but the harm had already been done. It already got shared around. MAGA already celebrating this virtue signal that he is on their side. And only a small percentage of the people knows that he deleted it compared to the people that saw it to begin with and believe the story is true. So he got caught up by the New York Times, who said Elon Musk in a tweet shares link from site known to publish false news. So instead of taking any kind of responsibility whatsoever, say, hey, my bad. I shared fake information. I shared a false story. And as the head of Twitter, I shouldn't do that. I should be more responsible with what I tweet out, and I'll try to do better next time. No, instead, he posts, this is fake. I did not tweet out a link to the New York Times. So hilarious. The right is getting better at comedy, just like he's trying to be unlikable on purpose. It's crazy. And so, of course, all the right-wing pundits, all the right-wing influencers fell all over themselves to suck Elon's dick, because now he's shown, we already knew it, but he's going out of his way to prove that he's on their side, and he will spread all the same lies and right-wing conspiracy theories and narratives on his platform that they do. He's their inside man now. They got it. And here's Laverne Spicer. Elon Musk just posted a link that says Paul Pelosi may have been drunk and with a gay prostitute, and he posted it directly to Hillary Clinton. I have never respected him more than now. Yay, 84,000 likes. He lied. He posted fake news. I've never respected him. No shit. Yeah, this is what you guys are all about. We already knew this is what you respected. This is why you love Trump. Here's Lauren Boebert. I thought Elon Musk was going to wait a few days before entirely breaking the libs. Guess not. Long live free speech. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Super cool that he posts lies, direct lies about terror victims in order to downplay the terror they underwent. Super cool. And of course, Michaela Peterson, Jordan Peterson's daughter, proving once again the cruelty is the point. This is all they care about. That people are upset. This is what they live for. This is what they get giddy about. She posts, watching Elon Musk bother people is worth more than $8 a month. Yeah, that's worth everything to you. That's all you care about. People are upset. People are unhappy. Oh my God, I'm so loving this, because you're just horrible human beings. You're the bottom of the barrel. This is who you are inside. Ugly. Ugly. And another example. Here's what is his name? Benny Johnson, the guy that runs The Left Can't Meme, that does nothing but show right-wing memes that prove the right can't meme. This guy is almost 40 years old, folks.
What Elon Musk is doing in San Francisco! Elon Musk! The purge begins! Elon Musk completes his $44 billion takeover, begins firing executives and reversing permanent bans. Drink the tears, so salty, so delicious. They're so, I sip them. The delicious tears, they're overflowing. They're molten hot. They've exploded out of the ground like the creation of Mount Doom and Mordor. They're just flowing. But Elon Musk is doing it.
Yikes, super cringe. God damn it. But he's being supported and funded by millionaires, so gets a lot of views on his videos. Because that's what this world rewards. Just the worst, the fucking worst. And, then, Cat Turd Elon Musk proving what we already knew, that he has been following all these far-right influencers from the very beginning. That's where he gets a lot of his memes. That's who his people are. Case in point, Cat Turd, who you might remember, has been retweeted multiple times by President Donald Trump because, of course, our president retweeted Cat Turd. Cat Turd says, report day one of Elon Musk owning Twitter. I'll be doing this every day to see if anything changes. As of now, I'm still shadow banned, ghost banned, search banned, and Twitter removed 1,200 followers today as usual. Nothing has changed. I'll report again tomorrow. So immediately Elon Musk answers him. These are the people Elon Musk answers to now. Far right Twitter account Cat Turd. I will be digging in more Monday. Yeah, sure he was. Dude got like 30,000 new subscribers because Elon Musk tweeted at him. This is how it works. This is what Elon Musk is rewarding. This is what he's all about. More examples of this. Here he is retweeting and replying to Ian Mao's wrong. Guys know this guy? The guy who lives in Malaysia, never stepped foot in America, and pretends he's an American conservative in order to spread right-wing narratives and misinformation. Elon Musk definitely knows who he is. This is a guy Elon's following. So Ian Mao Strong says, it's time to stop appeasing the activists because they will stop at nothing to hurt Twitter regardless of what you do. And Elon's like, you're right. You're so right. Ian Mao's wrong, which is something no one should ever say to Ian Mao's wrong. Holy God, this is so fucking bleak. And then, apparently now, I guess to stick it in the libs' eyeballs, they're starting to fact check tweets from Joe Biden, you know, like they used to do to Trump. Although what Trump used to put out was just straight up fucking lies and misinformation, and there was a good reason to fact check that. This one actually makes what Biden says even more important somehow. It's not the only they think it is, but Biden says, let me give you the facts. In 2020, 55 corporations made $40 billion, and they pay zero in federal taxes. My Inflation Reduction Act puts an end to this. To which the new Elon Musk fact check says, the Inflation Reduction Act imposed a minimum tax on corporations with average pre-tax earnings greater than $1 billion. Out of the 55 corporations the tweet references, only 14 had earnings greater than $1 billion and would be eligible under Biden's tax laws. So good point. He should be tougher under to these corporations. Should make them pay even more. Can't wait to see how that's going to backfire on you there, Elon. And then doing what billionaires do, folks. I have no idea why people work for these big companies and work their ass off. Hustle culture or whatever that is, because these companies don't give a shit about you. You're not even a number to them. They won't even remember your number after you get rid of them. They will work you to fucking death, and then they won't even remember you fucking existed. Twitter staff have been told to work 84-hour weeks, and managers sleeping at the office. They're working these people to death, hoping they'll quit, basically. Don't you want to work yourself to fucking death to make Elon Musk richer? Sure you do. That's the American dream right there. And so, this is how they're treating them. After working them to death, employees in Twitter just got an email from their boss saying layoffs are coming tomorrow. Those who are staying will get a note tomorrow in their work email. Those who are let go will get an email sent to their personal address, slot machine style layoffs. So no matter how long you work for Twitter, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much of your life, your energy, your blood, sweat, and tears you put into the company, they're firing half of them. And how these people are finding out they're getting fired, they're not even telling them their faces. They're locking them out of their corporate Twitter emails, and that's how they get noticed that they got fired. Here's an example. Has it already started? Happy layoff eve. Yep. She found out, or he or whoever it is, found out they got fired because they can no longer log into their Twitter account. Imagine caring that little for people, but yep, that's conservatism for you. You were just a body meant to be worked to fucking death like a slave and then thrown a fucking way when you're no longer of use for these goddamn billionaires. And of course, the right-wing douchebags are cheering them. Why not? Yay! hey, look how horrible Elon is treating people. Look what a giant fucking piece of shit he is to his own employees. What a hero. Here's Jeremy, one of these douchebags who does nothing but make anti-woke videos about how horrible Brie Larson is. And the right absolutely are so pathetic with their memes. The same meme over and over and over again. These are the people that call the left NPCs, claiming that we regurgitate the same things over and over and over again, use the same pictures. Here's Elon slapping the triggered lib girl. Happy Twitter Lab Day. You get what you deserve. Yeah, you guys who had nothing to do with the policies at Twitter. You guys who were just working at a job, trying to do the best you fucking could, trying to earn money for yourself and your families. This is what you deserve. You deserve to get treated like shit by Elon Musk because they're fucking evil. This is what the essence of their goddamn being is. The cruelty is the point. And like I said, it's almost like he's sabotaging his own business on purpose. Ukraine suffered a comms outage when 1,300 SpaceX satellite units went offline over funding issues. In the midst of the Ukrainian war, at one of the most important times, he's playing games with people's lives, shutting off their internet access, which they use to coordinate their entire war effort in order to make an extra fucking buck, folks. He's a goddamn Bond villain. It's no wonder he is the new hero of the right. They celebrate evil with every part of themselves. And then he gets out there and he pretends like he's the victim because they love this. They have a martyrdom complex, a fetish for victimization. Elon Musk tweets, being attacked by both right and left simultaneously is a good sign. First off, he's trying to pretend like the both sides are attacking him. No, they're not, dude. The right fucking loves you. It's the left attacking you because you're an evil piece of shit. The right is celebrating your evil, and you know that, but he can't say that. He can't admit that he's now just a right-wing tool piece of shit, so he's got to pretend like it's both sides, and yep, everyone is stupid except me. It's you motherfuckers, it's not me. So then, shockingly, genius moves by Elon Musk seem to be backfiring. Twitter loses more than 1 million users in a couple days. Apparently, a lot of people are going to this site called Mastodon, and apparently the old guy who ran Twitter has got a new project coming out called Blue Sky. Jack, is that his fucking name? That's supposed to be like a decentralized Twitter clone or something that everybody's thinking of moving on. So I really think that Twitter is going to go to zero. I didn't think that was going to be the case. I thought Twitter was going to actually be a pretty good investment for Elon Musk, but he seems to be shooting himself in the foot. He can't get over himself and stop tweeting out bullshit that makes people hate his guts. And so, no, General Mills, Audi, Pfizer, Volkswagen all pull their Twitter ads on pause. Yeah, amazing. They don't like the fact that the president of Twitter is posting out false information, lies about terrorist victims. Amazing how that happened, isn't it, Elon? And so Elon immediately, at first he was like, hey, both sides are making fun of me. Both sides hate my guts. I must be doing something right. And then suddenly he's like, Twitter has had a massive drop in revenue due to activist groups pressuring advertisers, even though nothing has changed with the content moderation and we did everything we could to appease the activists. Extremely messed up. They're trying to destroy free speech in America. How can they? I thought you came to save free speech, world's richest man. Why do you give a shit about the money? Just spend your own fucking money, right? And Bo of the Fifth Column had a good comment here. It's not activist groups. Your public statements have made Twitter less than safe for brands. After the reported treatment of labor, it'll get worse. I'll explain how a platform can be brand safe for $8. Yeah, it's amazing. They don't be involved or associated with you mistreating your workers, firing them over emails, spreading false fucking information, and letting racism run rampant on your website. Amazing how that happened. Who could have possibly have seen this coming? But yeah, you're the victim, Elon. Always the victim. And, yep, am I fucking up? No, it's the leftists and advertisers who are wrong. It's everybody else. It's never you, Elon. Never take any responsibility, never any self-reflection, never look inward, never try to evolve, improve yourself, never admit wrong. And that'll be your undoing. And yeah. And then after his rant about, oh my God, all the advertisers are bailing out because of the lefties. But I don't know, Elon, there is a tiny possibility there might be more to the story than meets the eye. I don't know. We should look into it. Might not want to just take your word for it. I'd love to see that come around and bite you in the fucking ass. And then, yep. Even though Twitter has been taken private, you can't look at the stock price anymore. Tesla taking a hit from Elon's hijinks. Went 4% down today, another 4%. So we're still like almost 50% down for the year. So good. Tesla to zero. And once again, folks, I want to make it clear, I am not saying you should key every Tesla car you see. Do not key Tesla cars. And then, of course, Tim Pool has a great idea. Let's publish a list of all the advertisers that don't support free speech and boycott them. I mean, literally all they're doing is exercising their free speech. People have the right to contact any advertiser they want to and say, hey, I don't believe Elon Musk is doing the public any good with his behavior. I don't think him mistreating employees and spreading false information on his platform is beneficial to society. So I would like to use my free speech to encourage you not to spend your advertising dollars on Twitter anymore. This is 100% capitalism. This is 100% free speech. But when we use our free speech, they want to punish us by doing the exact same thing. But somehow when they do it, it's free speech. But when we do it, it's not free speech. Everyone should email Audi, Pfizer, and General Mills telling them you're boycotting for their clearly political actions. Do it. I'm sure more people will message them and tell them not to fucking be part of this platform. Don't think that's going to work. But hey, it's somehow free speech when you guys do it. That's cool how that works out in your favor, isn't it? And then apparently Cat Turd is starting to turn on Elon. You know, shit's getting bad when even Cat Turd is turning. Poor Elon. Cat Turd says, me running Twitter, day one. Call a meeting. Get rid of all algorithms. Oh my, what a suggestion. Imagine calling a meeting at Twitter and saying, hey, what do we need algorithms for? Dude, you know how websites run, don't you? Literally, the algorithm is the main important part of the whole goddamn thing. I would love to be a fly on the wall at that meeting. And then, a throwback. It's the 10-year anniversary of Elon Musk. I'll put a man on Mars in 10 years. So close. Isn't he so close to putting a... He's not. He's not anywhere near putting a man on Mars anytime soon, even in multiple lifetimes. Nope. Because this is what he is. A con artist who will say fucking anything to make money. And he's good at it. I'll give him that. And folks, that's my Chud Watch. Hope you enjoyed it. I got one Karen I'm going to play to finish the show off. But before we do, let's read what you guys have to say about that. Cancel culture. Yeah, free speech is only $8. How can speech get any freer than that? Please explain. Don't buy Tesla. Make owning a Tesla the car of Chudge. Yes, I agree. You should be a social pariah if you buy a Tesla. If you've already bought one, fine. Drive it for a little while, get rid of it. But there are a lot other brands coming out, and you should support any of them over Tesla. And all right, folks, one Karen video. I guess I'll play the Karen intro just for the hell of it.
It's clear you're just a mess. You should be caring less. It's obvious you're completely out of touch. 'Cause, bitch, you're caring too much.
Ding! And today we have a male Karen, another doughy old white guy who thinks he's super fucking tough. And it's embarrassing. Apparently he's trying to intimidate this guy walking up on him. Let's see how that works out for him.
Okay, that's enough. Don't come no closer. Don't come no closer. I'm asking you to step back. I'm asking you to step back. You don't tell me what to do in the public right here. Dude, just go, all right? You're in your house. I was sent out here. Don't get in my face because you're making me feel threatened. Step back, please. I'm asking you to step back. Okay. I'll step back. I don't got to go nowhere. I'm leaving without... Neither do I. All right. Man, listen, if you come to me one more time, if you get one more close to me, I'm knocking you the fuck out.
Okay.
Yeah, see? See?
Come on, motherfucker.
Oh, you want...
Yeah.
See, I wish you'd have just left me alone.
Didn't go very well, dude. What do we learn?
You didn't have to do that.
What do we learn? When you have this body shape, you're not tough.
I asked you to get back.
I don't know if you ever were tough, but those days are long gone, dude. Maybe put the glory days aside, maybe do some sit-ups, eat a salad, but holy shit, if you have this body type, just saying, might not want to fuck around because you're going to find out, dipshit.
Hope you feel better.
Hope you feel better. Damn, fuck that dude up. Bad life decisions. And all right, folks, that's my show. I appreciate it. Gonna read the super chats, but if you bail out, please hit the like button before you go. It's the least you can goddamn do for the greatest show in the history of mankind. Welcome back, Dusty. Hey, Justin, shit, appreciate it. Been a fun show hanging out with you guys. Elon laid off 3,700 people before the holidays. Tell me more about billionaires creating jobs. Yep, he really cares about free speech, doesn't he? All about money. I'm glad you're back, Dusty. Hey, it's good to be back. Thank you, Manuel. Urban Moss. This Elon Twitter thing is a disaster. There aren't people around to do stuff, and previous contractual obligations and deadlines are falling since people on the project are now gone. It might be on purpose. Maybe. It seems weird that he's going to pay $44 billion for a company and then sabotage it. That's a strange move. I'm not worthy. You are, Tom Crowell. Only you are worthy. Lizzie Bennett. I'd vote for Fetterman without question. Yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't vote for Fetterman, y'all. That's not what I fucking said. I'm not saying that Oz is better than him. Although Oz, I think, might be more mentally there than Fetterman is. But that doesn't matter because the policies he's supporting are way worse and are much more harmful to our society. So regardless if he's more mentally acute than Fetterman is beside the point. But also, let's not just pretend like he did well, because he didn't. I did see his debate. It was abysmal for an undecided voter. It made Oz look favorable. Yes, that's the whole fucking point. The point is we shouldn't pretend like bad things are good. It does not help us. It just makes us look like the other side. For kiddie drugs, what? Yeah. Got to get them high as fuck on your dime. And trophy time from Cray Cray. Thank you for your generosity. Cray Cray, $20. I love you. You'd vote for Oz then? I already answered that. You pissed me off. You're wrong, bro. Dems are going to kill it this election. We'll see. Like, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm 100% wrong. I'd be the first one to fucking come on here and be like, damn, y'all. Dusty was all gloom and doom and all down in the mouth about this bullshit. I was wrong. The Dems pulled it off. Hey, Michael Moore came out and said that he's 100% sure the Dems are going to sweep. So I absolutely could fucking be wrong about all this. We'll see, you know. Love you, Dusty. You should do a show every day. Yeah, that would be a lot. I already worked really hard on the show. But hey, I appreciate the love. You didn't do your Jimmy Dorfos. It's the establishment, you shit libs. Sorry, I forgot. Sorry about your Tinder, Dusty. I know it's sad. Teardrop emoji. Tell my girlfriend Olivia she's a rock star. You're a rock star, Olivia. Also, to stop farting, to keep putting her clothes in the hamper. Hey, if she stopped farting, you would miss it. Trust me. Miss you, Dusty. Take your almost high. I already read that. I think I read everything. Good. All right, quick Q&A for Dustin Smith. Please, the light before you go. Also, guys, patron, there's a link in the description of this video. Could you please click on it and donate $1 or $2? I know it's a pain in the ass, but like if you're supporting somebody else who puts out a lot less content than I do, which is everybody, who the fuck is putting out this much quality content? You should reward me for that. It's kind of like a sin not to, and you're probably going to go to hell for that. So I'm just saying. Blue Tsunami, we'll see what happens. I hope that's true. I am just trying to keep my expectations low. That way I'm not disappointed. Where is your video that you made of you and your family, including your mom, sister? I took that shit down. My wife left me because she didn't like the fact that I was so public about things. So I stopped taking video footage of my family and people that are not me and stopped talking about them because it got me in trouble. You got 2 shows to make up for. Yeah, well, I'll be back on Monday. It's only like 3 days away. So you guys will see me again in no time. You're right, Dems will lose. I hope not, but we'll see what happens. I mean, the momentum is not in our favor. It's just not. Like, you look at the polls and stuff, it doesn't seem like it's in our favor very well, but it's just, I don't know. You the man, Dusty. How could I be the man, Snoozy? Oh, when you the man. Let's see what I've been watching this week. I'm watching that Peripheral. Did I say it right that time? I used to say peripheral, but apparently you don't say it It's Peripheral. It's a pretty good show. The Ghost is pretty good. Peripheral. Kitchen Nightmares Australia, that's just garbage. Forged in Fire. I try to watch the Andor show. Everybody's like, oh, the Andor show, it's the best Star Wars show. They should do all the Star Wars shows like Andor. It just seems slow to me. I'm trying. We'll see what happens. I'll try to stick with it. Fuck, Marry, Kill, the 5 edition. Greg Gutfield, Geraldo, Jesse Waters. Obviously, I married Geraldo because Geraldo is the only one who is actually coming out against Chud stuff a little bit. I guess I'd fuck Greg Gutfield because he seems like he'd be richer. I don't know why I want to fuck him because he's richer. That doesn't make any sense. And then Jesse Waters, obviously I'd kill him because fuck that guy, right? Dusty, keep going. The show's over, so I'm not going to keep going, but I want to keep going on the show. Oh, also what I'm going to start doing, folks, I'm going to start clipping out the show again. I got to quit being lazy. Like, the show should grow on its own, based strictly on the quality of the show. There are other long-form content shows, even some lefty ones, that are growing in numbers, that are even longer than this show. So it's not the fact that people just refuse to watch this long-form content. It's just for whatever reason, the numbers are not growing like they should. And who's to blame for that? Well, ultimately, the buck stops with me. And so I have to do the little things that I need to do in order to grow the show. And one of those is to stop being lazy and clip out the show. So I'm going to start doing that. So look forward to seeing clips of the show, and be sure to share them when you see them, because that's very important. Andor is amazing. I don't know why people don't like great 3-dimensional complex characters development, because its show, I heard the same complaints about HOTD, and I don't get it. Yeah, it's a little slow, though, I think. But I don't know. I mean, it's okay for Star Wars. It's better than the other Star Wars stuff, except for the Mandalorian is good. But Star Wars is usually pretty bad, in my opinion. Hire clips of Dusty. Yes, I'm going to hire somebody with all the money I'm making. Like, dudes, I wish I could fucking hire somebody. I wish that I wasn't just scraping goddamn by, trying to feed all these fucking animals and pay all my bills. And like my mom, her dentures broke. Like, I have to help people. It's hard, to be honest with you. But anyway, it's disappointing too that the show's not doing better when it seems like it should be. But I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to work harder to make it better. Clips are good because not everyone can be here for live shows. True. And it would definitely help the numbers grow. So I'm going to work on that. Clips are already doing it for free. That's true. But like, they're doing it to build up their own channel. Not build up my channel. I'd have to pay them to do it. So you're strategizing? I don't know. I'm always trying to improve things and evolve, if that's what you mean. Make shorts. That's what the algorithm wants. Yeah, but like, I'm already working so hard on the show. People are like, you know what you need to do, Dusty? You need to work even harder on the show. And I'm like, oh God, okay, fine. Guess I'll work even harder. I work 9 days a day every day. Well, that sounds terrible. Wouldn't want to do that. And Dusty, your channel is awesome. Hope it grows. Your channel has amazing content. I know, right? It's literally the best channel on the entire YouTube platform. It's kind of amazing it's not growing more, but that's just the world we live in. What you gonna do, right? Did you see Matt Binder found Jimmy Dore's sock puppet on Twitter? I did see that. I watched that video. I guess that's true. Seems like it all fits nicely into the guy's narrative. I enjoy the peripheral. Pretty good so far. Not too bad. Girl is very attractive. See if any fans can help. Well, I hate to ask people to do things for free. I like to pay for the work I get. This is the greatest show. Hell yeah, appreciate it. All right, folks. That's my show. Please consider becoming a patron. All the things. And you know what I saw? Finish this out with. I saw a video of Mariah Carey. And she was like, Halloween's over, which means it's my time. And you know, Mariah Carey makes like $10 billion every single year because she did one Christmas song. And that Christmas song is so fucking popular. They play it on repeat every fucking where. And she just like cashes checks every year. So she's so excited about Christmas time every year because she don't have to do nothing for the rest of her life. She just makes millions and millions and millions every goddamn Christmas time. And right after Halloween ends, we don't even get to fucking enjoy Thanksgiving. It's right into Christmas shit. So she was all cheering. I was like, God damn it. I wish I had me a Christmas song. I would play that every fucking Christmas. Right after Halloween, I'd be playing that song. I would run that goddamn song into the ground. I should make me a Christmas song. And then I remembered, oh yeah, you do have a Christmas song, Dusty. You specifically wrote a Christmas song for this very reason, and you even made a video for it. So, gonna play us out with the greatest Christmas song ever written. The algorithm is the message, says Ren. I've got to read this. Thank you. I hope we uterus owners will make a difference. I hope so too. It doesn't seem like the abortion thing is that big of a deal to people. It seems like the whole inflation and gas price thing is actually a working argument for conservatives, which is so fucking stupid. It's very depressing. All right, folks. Here's my original video. It's called I Hate Christmas by Dusty Smith. Good night, everybody. I'll see you on Monday. Hit the like button, fuckos.